And we are live again. The Wrestle Purist AEW Dynamite weekly review. Kind of a decent episode. Not the most eventful in terms of like big happenings and stuff and things that we can, this big thing happened on AEW Dynamite. That's not that we can get into, but a pretty good episode. Although it did have some down points as well, but that is it's how it goes with AEW sometimes, you got to take the bad with the good. But we're here to break it all down, get into a few news things as well, whatever you guys want us to talk about in the live chat. But as usual, hosted by myself, Charlie, Marcus. Things happen. We're going to talk about them. But first things first, please like, subscribe, send any super chats with any of your questions, any of your topics, any of your predictions, anything like that. We'll get into them. Hope everyone's doing good. Starting with my fellow co-host, Marcus. What is going on, brother?
Ain't too much. Back in the home territory after my little foray last night on the Homie Novi's Dynamite pre-show. I had a good time. Had a little ball talking about Graps. Now I'm back here. Let's get it cracking.
Mate, like you said, back to home territory. We got some business to do, Charlie, back again. AEW Dynamite review. How are you feeling?
I'm doing well. I've had a weird day because we had the council out at our house today. And for a little bit of context, I live in a town that was built up post World War II. So my house was like built in the 60s or like late 50s. So they're removing the insulation out of the outer walls. So the house is like really cold right now because there's no insulation for the weekend. So it's really fun. But other than that, I'm doing great. The last hour of Dynamite was really fun. I will survive. I'm just complaining because of I've had no one else to complain
British,
to.
Right?
I'm British and it's a weather-related topic, really. So I've got to bring it up.
There you go.
There you go. But yeah, Dynamite last hour, pretty fun. First hour, there's things to talk about. We'll get into it.
Yeah, that first 30 to 40 minutes was
something.
I was going to be polite and say interesting, but it was just kind of not good, but anyway.
I have a few choice words I can say after
it's
the
so
whatever,
funny because usually what we always say about Dynamites is that the first hour is like electric, and then the second hour they stuff all the stuff we don't really want to see over there, and then they end well with the main event. They did the exact opposite, where the actual second hour was very good. The main event was amazing. We had the Ricochet and Mortos stuff, which was really fun, and then the first 30 minutes you had, the wrestler who must not be under that tree that we want exterminated. But, you live and you learn.
Yeah. Opening up with Jericho Orange was
a choice.
Yeah.
Not a good one.
You know
what? A choice.
Jericho should retire.
Is that where you're at now, Charlie?
That's where I've been at, to be honest, for a while.
Long been there.
Hang up the boots,
hang them up, burn them, preferably.
Oh, cool.
No chance of coming back. No chance of coming back.
The only thing that'll prevent him from not retiring is the fact that he can still like half-ass do a lion salt. The day he can't do it anymore, he might hang it up, and even then, we're gonna have to pray. He still really can't do it.
You wanna know what it is, bro? Like he's got to that point of no return now, because it's like there's been times during his AEW run where it's like, oh man, Jericho, everyone rolls their eyes, like, can he just go away? And then I think like the most recent one was like his Ring of Honor World Title run, and he would have like a few good matches sprinkled in there, and he was like, oh, okay, he's proved us wrong again, and he's kind of somewhat reinvented himself or just gone down a new lane, and it's a lot more entertaining than the previous stuff he's done. Whereas it's like I just said, it feels like he's come past the point of no return. He's I can't see him kind of swinging like the general opinion as far as like people not really wanting to see him again. In like a full-time role.
No,
he's been doing it a long time.
He's been here. He's been here for a minute now, and I don't need it anymore.
You had a good run, Chris. It's time.
It is time.
Comes for us all. It's come for you now, brother. Go hang it up.
Go sign that legend still.
Go home to your wife. Turn off Fox News. Turn off One America News. delete Twitter, all that stuff. Just go be a family man.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like the thing is as well with like Jericho, it definitely feels like it's a thing where it's like Tony and Co are happy to kind of let him just run until the wheels literally fall off in front of our very eyes one Wednesday evening. And
bro.
Jericho, for better and for worse, throughout his career, is just not the type of guy who's just going to be like, you know what, guys, it's time. Like, evidently, otherwise he would have by now. I think So yeah, I don't know. I don't see. I don't know. I do wonder when this does all crash and burn.
When his contract runs out, inevitably.
Bro, didn't he sign like a new deal last year? Didn't he?
I was gonna say he re-upped like fairly recently.
So we're gonna be stuck for a while.
Bro,
we are stuck until he gets like a retirement tour or something, because he's gonna angle for it. Like, you just know it. We're stuck.
Bro, if he takes 6 months off and then does a retirement tour, I would be fine with that. But you've got to go for a bit.
We've said that so many times for the last year and a half. Just go away for 3 months. Just go away for a little bit. And we give you a little bit of grace.
Go tour with Fozzy. I don't know, if you want to be on the road so bad, go tour with Fozzy.
Yeah, but remember that time where it was like Fozzy's going on tour? They did like 2 shows and he was back on TV.
Best 2 shows of my life.
Well, okay.
It's gotta be
I can't see AEW or Tony just being like, listen, Jericho, I'm sick of your shit. I very much doubt he views him the way a lot of fans do. So
probably not.
Then also, I don't think he's gonna want to like cut him off and like make it like like bad times or anything, because like we all know, bro, Jericho will go nuclear on his podcast.
Yes. Oh yeah.
If Jericho leaves AEW on bad terms, Talk is Jericho will become like insane.
People think that like things that Mark Henry says after leaving AEW is bad and like newsworthy. If Jericho leaves on bad terms, bro, I'm quitting. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Like, I ain't getting involved.
I'm logging off. I can't lie.
Oh no. But yeah, since we're kind of on the topic, gonna let's, like I said, since we're on the topic, kind of skipping past the super chats, we'll get to that very, very shortly though. AEW Dynamite did open with a basically 20-minute, I was gonna say just on, but basically 20-minute Chris Jericho versus Orange Cassidy match, which was you come you sit down on a Wednesday evening, you're locked in, ready for some AEW Dynamite, and then you just get hit with this shit, you're like, fuck. Like,
the worst thing is, look at the card, go in, you got Ricochet versus Beast Mortos. In most years, and even this year, that would be like textbook open up a Dynamite, give him an explosive 20-minute match. But no, we get Jericho and Orange Cassidy. A feud we saw in 2020 featuring a debate that had Eric Bischoff as the moderator, Mimosa Mayhem, the works.
I forgot about the Bischoff stuff.
Big Bish.
Dude,
that Dynamite was very funny too. It had that, and it had Matt Hardy almost dying for the first time against Sammy Guevara.
Oh shit! Yeah, remember that? Oh, that was
the Darby Mox.
I might go back and watch that Dynamite. just
Darby and Mox was the main event too. Funny enough, which fits into what we're talking about right now.
We are just rerunning 2020 AEW right now. What's going on?
Yeah, now that I mentioned it, that's kind of what we're doing right now.
Tony Khan, you are not that deep into your wrestling career that you need to be rerunning feuds like this.
As far as Darby and Mox goes, I'm fine with it, but
Amen.
we could have left Orange Cassidy and Jericho on the cutting room floor, though. We could have left that.
We could.
Yeah,
the thing is, bro,
go on,
the feud really pisses me off because people had just gotten to a point with Orange Cassidy that they were stopping the whole, we're tired of him, he's overpushed, he's overexposed on TV, blah, blah, blah. And for a point, as a singles wrestler, yes, he was overexposed on AEW, but the conglomeration stuff was great. And then they did the Jericho feud, and we're back at square one with how people feel about Orange Cassidy. And it's like, bro.
It's like, you know what? You gotta go away too. It's like this. The collaboration is the best things on AEW TV. Now it's brushing up against the worst thing on AEW TV. So
it makes me sad. It really does. Something's got to give, and I don't know, man. Like, someone needs to give Jericho a wake-up call because it's quite... Like, the match wasn't even bad. Like I was saying before we went on air, the match wasn't even, like, fundamentally bad. It was a fine match. I just don't care. And I have no reason to invest in this feud because I don't care if Orange Cassidy threw pennies on his collar last week. Like, that means shit to me. I don't care about a jacket from 4 years ago. Like, there's nothing to get the fans invested in this.
It's very rough, you know. But yeah, Orange beating Jericho. 20 minutes, we'll never get back. Now, like I said, it wasn't like some terrible match, right? It was like super sloppy and a botch fest or anything. It was just kind of like, especially if you're one of the people like us three are who are just like super tuned out of anything Chris Jericho related. It's just like you're not interested, and then on top of that, it goes 20 minutes, and it's just like Jesus fucking Christ, Tony, you know, like come on.
And the way they aged the match, they knew that we did not care about this because they had like 3 interference spots. They had one early where I think Big Bill and Kyle O'Reilly ended up brawling back into the backstage area, and then Orange Cassidy hits a surprise orange punch. You think it's gonna be finished? It's a Jericho match. You know he ain't getting beat that quickly. Kicks out, and then Brian Keith comes back, does the same thing, and then we get Big Bill versus Kyle O'Reilly again, and Mark Briscoe gets involved and does a dive to the outside, and then they even do a back suplex spot out through a table. So they pulled out all the bells and whistles in the world. It was so transparent what they were doing. I was like, guys, come on. Why are we doing an epic with you two? We don't need this. Please end this match quickly. Let's get on to the real stuff. We're begging you.
What's
up? But no, 20 minutes
later. It was a little bit better than the Arena Mexico showing. You know?
It was a lot better than that.
Still haven't watched that. I refuse to watch that.
You ain't missing none.
No, I know. I watched the rest of it. I've seen everything else on that show, but I refuse to watch the main event.
Great show, by the way. I still don't know why the fuck that main event. Well, I know why, but considering
the way it had to follow the mask match was fucking outrageous.
Crazy.
Outrageous.
CMLL agreeing to let the go home or like the last the closing thing on their anniversary show be an angle for a match on Dynamite that no one cares about is crazy work. And Tony Khan needs to make it up to them quite badly.
Why did they agree to that? Is my question.
That is crazy work. Like, I guess you look at the on paper, regardless of our opinions, you see the names Chris Jericho and Chris Jericho and Orange Cassidy. They are 2 of the biggest names in AEW, for better or worse. And I guess I could see why CMLL would agree to it, but visually, I've seen the clips, it did not look great.
It wasn't.
And the crowd wanted Hechicero, so
yeah, great match by the way. That was outstanding.
Hope
Hechicero gets better soon. Tearing his fucking bicep in that match is brutal.
Yeah,
I've asked this a couple times now, but with the Jericho stuff, it's outside of Jericho himself, who is really pushing for him to get all this TV time and focus storylines and all this stuff. And it's a couple of people would point out well, he draws well, and it's bro, he doesn't draw to the point where it makes a substantial difference to the outcome of the show or anything like that. He's not popping an extra 200k people a quarter. He's not doing that, bro. He has nice increases. And I'd be lying if I was saying that his quarters tanked or anything. His quarters do tend to do well, but as I said to someone yesterday, at what cost?
Exactly. What cost? I don't care about his drawing now because AEW's at the point where you did your job already, Jericho. You got eyes on a brand new company 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Now let's just focus on putting on really good television. I don't care what you draw. And what he draws is they usually hide him in the middle of things that actually are doing numbers and things that we actually care about, and they tack him on at the end, or they slip him in incrementally in a backstage segment here, a backstage segment there. Then you bring him out and at the very end of a good quarter. And it's guys, he's not really the reason why these scores are going up.
Oh boy. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Ain't we all? You see Tony Khan's justified this is awesome chat. Everybody was tired.
Oh my god, he got cooked for that tweet.
Smoked.
He's getting ratioed when he's just trying to put over his product, bro. It's crazy.
Hey man, I'm not gonna say who, but the entire Fortune 4, we did our thing under that tweet. Shout out, we got the big ratio on that one.
Yeah, cool, bro. All right, let's enough Jericho. Well, I'm sure someone's gonna mention it at some point in the chat, but see this first chunk of super chats, man. So send them in. Send them in if you've got any for us. Appreciate you as always. Anjan P and $2. That Young Bucks apology must be loud and clear. Hey man.
Let's hear it.
That's not.
Let's hear it.
Did their thing, that's not.
The boys
Those boots were tied tight. It was tied tight. I said they was gonna be tied tight. Charlie, wasn't they tied tight last night?
Indeed they were. Them boys were locked in, and I'm so happy. I have so much to say about the main event when we get there. I mean, we don't do those pay-per-views shows in order anymore, so we'll talk.
It's good shit, man. It's good shit. And that's Sultan, $2. He says it's big take in Kazu carry.
Boy.
Hey man.
I don't know about carry, but the boys did their thing.
Hey, boy.
Everybody put their points up. They did their thing.
There was some cool stuff in this match.
Yeah.
And Jan, again, $2. KO, prove me wrong and show me you've got that itch. Yeah, bro. So there was a recent
kill.
So I guess that's in relation to the recent report, which is, I think PW Insider did a report earlier this week about like WWE are approaching multiple people about re-signing new deals. And there was a report not long before we went live, I think it was, from Fightful Select saying, Kevin Owens has still not re-signed his WWE deal yet. If he was to become a free agent, AEW would definitely be interested, which I think would be pretty obvious to most people, If Kevin Owens was on the market, any promoter would be ridiculous for not being interested. But it does say AEW has long held major interest in Owens, but understandable. Like, He's probably he's very close to the top of the dream list if you're an AEW fan, I'd imagine. Yeah, man, Kevin Owens. Yes. I don't think he would make the jump as things stand right now, but who knows? Some different news things might come out. Who knows? But as of right now, I don't think he'll make that move. But what do you guys think?
I think Tony should hand him a blank check and just let him. Bro. I know a lot of people. I've seen the discussion on Twitter. That people feel like 2021 was the time for him to do it. I don't care. It's Kevin Owens. He's still as good as ever. I would kill to have him in AEW if, bro, even if it's 3 years and he's part-time, whatever, I don't give a fuck. I would love. There is matches in AEW that I need to see him have before he hangs it up, man. I fucking love Kevin Owens so much.
Yeah, he's still as great as ever as a character, as a talker. He's still really good in the ring, and you can do whatever you need to do with him. He could be your top babyface. He could be one of your top heels. You can do all of that with him. He's such a versatile guy. And the fans love him no matter where he goes. So, yes, sign him up.
Yeah. It's 2024, and Kevin Owens is very much still one of the greatest wrestlers on the planet, in my opinion. So, if AEW could get hold of him, of course, that would be great for them, But
fight back, Tony.
We'll see how that all plays out. As of right now, the latest reports are saying he is still not re-signed his WWE deal, so we'll see how that plays out over the next couple of months or so. And that's assault and $2. What's stopping Private Party from bringing a gun? I don't know, bro, because at this point it's fucking crazy. They're getting peppered up by fucking Marina Shafir every week. It's fucking crazy, bro.
Hey, man, all I'm gonna say, Quinn, Cass, I know it's New York, and I know them gun laws be crazy next week, but hey, I ain't saying you shouldn't bring a burner into Arthur Ashe. Eric Adams is going to have to understand. It is what it is. You see what Claudio's doing? You see what Marina's doing? You see what Mox's doing? Shoot them! It is what it is. You're going to have to... Cheesecake going to have to take that fall. Take that charge, brother.
Oh, bro, it's crazy. We'll get to that one though. Anjan, $2. Appreciate you again. My glorious cowboy. I never booed you. Hashtag Hangman's rights.
Neither did
Yeah,
I.
man,
Neither
I
did
never
Charlie.
booed you. We never booed you. I
You're all
acknowledge your
sick
rights and
people.
wrongs. I support
I
them.
have your shirt, Hangman.
Listen, Swerve
I
did some,
actually-
you know, he made some mistakes on his way to the title. You know, he did some reprehensible things, but you know, I think Hangman's gone too far. You know, I think he's gone too far.
Hey,
And
man. You do what
Maybe
you
our
gotta
men
do
shouldn't stick
sometimes.
their noses in his business and they won't get shit kicked out of them.
and I know as much as you tried to push the agenda, Charlie, but like he's not the baby face anymore.
No, come on now.
When do I ever push this agenda? Hang on. I'm not taking this.
I know you keep trying, and I'm not buying it. You know.
You know what? Fuck it, yeah, whatever. I'll take
I'm just saying. I'm just pointing out things. You know.
He's my favorite heel. I love how unhinged he is. Hangman's great. He should be world champion at some point soon.
Crash Out Cowboy, my favorite.
Hell yeah.
And that's a sort and $2. Appreciate you as always. No CEO or no Chris is egregious. Yeah, man. AEW, I feel like AEW's got a lot of people just like out, whether it's for like injury reasons, they're doing something else, or storyline reasons. Like we've got so no Swerve, that's storyline reasons, you know. No MJF, that's I think Ibu said he's shooting a film.
He's filming a movie.
But he's that's still like a TV write-off. I guess that's storyline as well, you know. Mercedes just wasn't on the show yesterday. Jamie wasn't on the show yesterday, but I think she's on Rampage.
She's on Rampage at the moment because unfortunately that's where Soraya hangs out. So
yeah, exactly. So that's not ideal, I don't think. There was no Bryan Danielson, obviously storyline reasons. No Garcia, obviously storyline reasons and contract kind of. No Adam Cole, no Adam Copeland, no Eddie Kingston, no Samoa Joe, no Jay White, no Kenny Omega,
no Bandido,
no Kota Ibushi, no Bandido, no Keith Lee, no Miro, Lucha Bros have gone, no Tony Storm.
The way you talk, the more you talk about it, you realize just how many people are really gone right now.
Right. It is kind of crazy the caliber of talent they do have on the weekly TV at the moment, considering how many people are out. That is pretty wild.
But then you realize what the levels are, and what the pecking order is.
Indeed.
Consider how the TV looks when these names that we listed off aren't there. Like Swerve is the MVP of AEW television, and has been for several months now, and he's not there. That's like
his
35
absence is very, very noticeable.
Yes. And then your world champion's not there either because he almost died. So that's also noticeable while everything around that championship is being talked about. Mm-hmm. And then Kenny Omega, we miss you. I love you.
I miss Kenny. I miss you so bad. I hope you're having fun in Japan. Please come back soon. I will say though, Tony Storm being missing as well. Like I didn't realize how much like she kind of made an episode of like Dynamite at this point. Like she was such an integral part for so long. The fact that she's been off TV for a couple of weeks, I'm just like, fuck, where is Tony Storm at? Like
she's about to wrestle in Stardom.
She is, and she's been doing all the media in Australia and she's been killing it. But there is a void on Dynamite. I think it's even more noticeable because Mariah's been a bit like all over the place.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of crazy because I'll just mention a lot of people. A lot of those people are like not most of them, or not even half of them, but a lot of them are kind of just like I said, storyline reasons, injury angles, and stuff. And it's like, I guess, kind of AEW, if you're kind of like planning things out long term, like a few months ago, it's like you've got all these people missing. Like, you know, is it the best idea to decide to do all these angles where you've got all these big names like off the shows, Brian Swerve, MJF. You know, Garcia, all these different people. So Tony, as obviously we just mentioned.
Where's Stat and Willow? Like no follow up on the street fight yet.
You got a video package last week, and that was it. It's kind of odd.
Yeah, which is really, really weird because of Willow's usually at least in like the backstage segments with the conglomeration, and she hasn't even been in those. Was there even one this week? I don't know. They had a match, so. But she wasn't last week.
It's kind of like I said. It's just a little bit odd because they're kind of fighting an uphill battle with like all the absences anyway. So like I said, that list that I just rattled off is fucking long, bro. Like,
It's
the whole
long and
roster's worth of like top talent. Like, that's not even mentioning. Like, I think people were mentioning other people in the chat, like I don't know, hilariously Britt Baker. She's a star or whatever. Ricky Starks. That's a valid one. It's just interesting. It's interesting, and I don't really see that many people talking about it. Because like when it's sports teams and stuff, it's like, oh, they've got so many injuries, give them a break. Like it's like, AEW got a lot of absences, and if I think anyone who watches these shows knows, I'm not the sort of person who's like jumping to AEW's defenses or anything. But
yeah,
they've got a lot of absences, bro. That's all I'll say about it. All right. Showtime Spurs, $5. That first 30 minutes was late 2023 levels of diabolical, but we got through it. Mox doesn't look to have abandoned funkism yet, and that main few wine glasses there for Showtime Spurs. Hope you enjoyed them, brother.
Hey, man. Toast up. And I ain't gonna lie. That 30 minutes was like insane. I don't know what the hell went through the process of we'll put this on to start AEW Dynamite. And then you got sandwiched in between. You had the Mox thing. You had the backstage segment with Pac and Claudio basically threatening Wheeler Yuta in like the most
trying to indoctrinate him into a cult.
Exactly, which was pretty insane. And I ain't gonna lie, the best thing I can say about this whole Jon Moxley thing so far is that he's scaring the shit out of me. So, so far so good.
Yeah, he's sick. Yes. He's I'm not even. Give myself cancelled. Darren Walker, £5. When Dynamite opened up with Jericho versus Orange Cassidy going over 25 minutes, I turned it off and went to bed.
Bro.
This is what you're doing to some people, Tony.
I turned the PlayStation on, I can't lie.
December 2025, Jericho's contract's coming up according to 44. So it might have been 2022. He must have signed a 3-year in 2022.
That's so many months.
Be a long fight.
Yeah, that's a while.
What a Christmas present for next year. Bye, Jericho.
Merry Christmas. My tree. I'm putting it on my list.
Jericho's papers.
First thing on my list. I don't even need it wrapped up. I just need it right there.
He's getting re-signed, bro. Like, let's be fucking real, man.
He should have the first ever AEW Legends contract. He shouldn't have a group contract.
Yeah, he's signing a full-timer.
Christ.
On the booking committee.
No. It's fine. I'll manifest.
AEW Dynamite General Manager Chris Jericho.
Oh, fuck off. No, absolutely not.
If that happens, I will burn this whole thing down.
It's fine. At that point, he can just go live on Shockwave because I won't be tuning in at that point.
It'd be perfect on Fox. For several reasons.
Draw a number.
Yeah,
feel right at home.
Yeah, hang out with Greg Whitfield and all those nefarious people.
All right. Anna's assault on $2. Where's Jamie gone again? She was so over. Yeah, man, he's obviously just, getting into all that.
Getting the Saraya shit out of the way and then back to killer shit. It is what it is.
Probably sending Saraya packing if rumors are to be believed.
Let's get Jamie going, man. Let's get going. Let's get her going. We need to
tie this loose end up and then rocket it up.
Do it, man. Kale, 50 peso. Appreciate you as always, brother. It's strange how little they've done to capitalize on Chris versus Willow or Hayter's return. No one is being built up from an A either. Dynamite was good. AEW's I don't know, man. They can be strange with that sort of stuff, especially like with follow-ups when they have like lightning in a bottle or something, Chris and Willow kind of like very. It's not even that controversial now to say that they had the best match on that show. A show that had like pure insanity on it, up and down the show.
And people thought it was gonna get buried, and then all of a sudden it kicked so much ass, and it's like, oh my god, we got something here.
Yeah, and the follow-up hasn't been amazing. I'm not sure what the reasons are. Someone said in the chat earlier that Chris was
Yeah,
meant
she
to
put out
do
the
a
Creator
date
Pro.
at Creator Pro, and Megan Bain replaced her, so there might be a little knock or an injury there. I don't know, and I'm not in a position where I could confirm that or not. So
No, I have no idea.
no idea. Obviously, maybe worth asking about. I'll see. I think people come to this for the scoops and that sort of stuff. Anyway,
you'll not be getting anything out of me.
Marcus constantly under surveillance. You know, the networks are watching him.
Black
Can't say nothing about nothing.
Nope.
Listen,
I ain't
don't let him fool you though. Don't let Marcus fool you. He knows hashtag things. You know, he knows some things about this business that you know, he keeps a low profile. You know,
Cultaholic, I don't know
tweeting
nothing.
for
Don't
clout.
quote
He's
me.
not doing all that. You know,
Cultaholic, I will block you. Don't think
DM
that about him.
Don't do nothing. King Ross, I want to hear from you. Jack the Jobber, nothing.
I see you guys at shows. Please don't. Please, I don't know anything.
Anjan, PN, $2 again. Appreciate you, brother. Double J about to be boss man, and I'll be there.
We throwing something on the grill, Anjan. We throwing something on the grill.
Listen, they haven't announced anything for Grand Slam. I almost said Coliseum. Wow, Collision, yeah.
I assume Roddy and Vocal Party be there because they said AEW Grand Slam and not Dynamite Grand Slam like everything else did.
Mm-hmm. Oh, true. I didn't even pay that much attention to the graphic actually. Fairs. They might run. They might run Hangman Double J on that. It feels like a Collision match.
I do it.
Yep.
A bath to close out the show. I'd be with it.
Okay. All right, let's go straight back into Dynamite then. What do I want to talk about next? I'm gonna keep going in order. You know, we got Pac and Claudio. It's not even just Pac and Claudio. It starts with Pac and Claudio. It's backstage like promo, and they're talking to Wheeler Yuta, and Pac's like, "Where are you, man?" Oh, bro, what do you mean? Like,
where you at?
He's like, "Where you at, man?" You know, like nothing happened. And he goes on to say, like, "Yo, we've got a total defense next week, and pull your socks up, and step in the ring with us." You get me? Claudio goes on. He says a few things, and he's like, "You know what, I'm just disappointed. I thought I taught you better." You know, this is crazy. You know,
like, this is nuts.
These niggas.
Just act like you trying to murder someone in front of them.
And Mark's on his cult shit. He's just like, "Yo, Wheeler Yuta, you've got the strength to do the right thing. You can leave. You can leave us if you want. You can go, or you can join us for the greater good." And I'm like, "Yo, what's
going on?"
I don't believe Moxley that there will be no consequences to you leaving. Like that's not real. You're lying. You are lying to this young man. You are going to choke him out if he
been
leaves.
known to do
let's
that.
be real.
Exactly. Bro said he grown. We ain't forcing you here, but
it's like no hard feelings. It's just like no, all the hard feelings. You will try to murder him. I saw what you did to Bryan Danielson.
This is the most but
for no reason.
Yeah. Danielson didn't do shit to you. All he did was
we just witnessed a murder. We're just not gonna go past that, y'all. Like, what we doing? Y'all okay?
Yeah, this is really good shit. Pac is shining in this role. Like, it's really surprising me how much Pac is settled into this so quickly.
Because we'll call him a bastard
Pac's
for a
kind
reason.
of demeanor and cadence and the way he talks and stuff. It does suit him being just like a sick prick, Like he's just, he works, man. They kind of look cool and menacing and kind of sadistic and concerning,
It's like Pac tried to threaten to murder Riho to get the match against Kenny. Like, this is in him.
He's about that life,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Pac's great. Mux has been great since he's retired. Marina Shafir's came across really good in this role.
Mm-hmm.
And Claudio's just a machine, bro. So plug him in anywhere and he'll be good, and
Bro,
he's been
Claudio
good as well.
scares me. Actively scared of Claudio.
Yeah, he's Eddie was right, etc., etc.,
Yeah,
etc.
Eddie was right.
Try to tell y'all.
Bro, the minute the Pac actually starts walking around in clothes rather than just his gear, I will be terrified for my life, I think.
Very much so.
We'll see. I don't know if he's going to go that far, but we'll see.
If he comes out in a plain white tee to match the others, I'm running. I don't want to be in their presence. Like,
oh man. So yeah, Moxley's very much enjoying kind of like being a big part in helping putting this like storyline and direction together, and he's coming through the performances as well, man. Because when Moxley's locked in, he's like genuinely one of the best in the world, and even though it's only been a few weeks and we can't get too far ahead of ourselves, especially before he has that match with Darby and potentially the match with Bryan as well. It still could go wrong. We could still get pretty boring matches because he had a couple of those before his little break. But I think we're gonna get some of Moxie's better stuff in coming weeks and months. Because like I said, he's locked in, man. He seems very locked in. So once it. I'm not gonna die on you.
There we
go. Okay. Next up, we got Wheeler Yuta, and poor Yuta, man. He's just fucking going through it at the moment. He can't remember shit. His mind's just in the cloud. Like he's just gone, bro. Like he left his belt in the fucking locker room before he got interviewed, and one of the AEW staffs was like, "Wheeler, man, like, your belt's here, bro." Like,
Standing young buck, shout out.
He's just fucked, But obviously, in response to kind of Pac and Claudio and the rest of the guys calling him out to wrestle in this match alongside these fucking sick bastards, he was like, you know what? Gotta listen to what Bryan always used to say. I'm a fighting champion, and you don't change just because everyone around you changes. So if they want to defend the titles, I'll do what I have to. So it seems like Wheeler Yuta is just going to walk into this match thinking he's just going to be able to defend his belt. And it's all going to go, it's all going to go nice. I don't think it's going to go to plan, but we'll see.
I have
Yuta's, someone said in the chat, Yuta's dealing with this divorce. And it's like, yeah, man, he's playing his role really well, though, bro. Like, he's coming across really conflicted. He comes across like natural. Which is always good in wrestling terms, So
yeah, like if this
people
whole thing
are like calling the promos bad, but like I think that's kind of the point. They're not meant to be good right now. Like that's the character he's playing. Like he's not locked in. Like he's just witnessed one of his mentors try to kill his other mentor. like
his mind's all
fucked up too.
Like he's on collision. Like his aunt died in Japan, like right before All Out happened. Of COVID, and then his mind's like completely and utterly fucked up. He don't even know the date. He don't even know when he's supposed to be defending this belt. He forgot the belt in the locker room. Like, bro, this is exactly what someone who's has a whole lot of shit on their plate looks like.
Yep.
He's going through it, man. He's going through it. I'm
terrified for him.
In terms of like promo, obviously that's just what we say when anyone's talking. But he's not exactly like he's he's like setting his targets and he's got fire in his eyes and he's trying to push this match that he's about to do. It's like it's more just kind of character building and stuff. So obviously he's just getting the point across that he's conflicted, he's going through things, his mind's not in the right place right now. Obviously when he wrestled that match the other day as well, like he had that switch, So that's just it's just character setting and stuff at the moment with him. Trying to, I guess, recapture the magic that they had with him when he first joined the BCC, I think the potential is there for him. What the actual end of the game ends up being, kind of an interesting conversation, I think. I'm not too sure, but we'll see. I'm rooting for him. I think he's a decent talent. Yeah. We'll see.
I don't know which way they're going to swing it yet, because like it feels like he's going to align with Bryan. But I don't know. Maybe they're doing that on purpose. But they like It's not like Brian's going to be lacking for friends in the locker room now. Like, come on. There's people that would
No one
align
helped
with
him the other
Brian.
day.
Yeah, like
This is
they
true.
can't let him die. But like I will
But
say,
would you want to go run out on John Moxley, who's just turned on him? Like, I wouldn't want to get involved in
if that's your man, you might want. Why you ain't jumping for your man?
Hey,
but I'll
as
say,
Hangman said,
it's
if you ain't got his back.
If it's leading to something for Yuta and he's becoming a more compelling character out of this, then this is a huge win already for this entire storyline. And as far as Darby's part in this goes, if it does lead to him eventually being the guy, finally, even better. So we're on to a good track, and we're actually doing something with other people and bringing them into this orbit. So I'm all in.
Yeah, they need to form some sort of alliance to take down this Moxley, this gang of thugs. You know,
Yeah, man.
interesting
Danny,
to
where
see
you
how it
at?
all plays out, man. That's what I'm saying. Daniel Garcia, look, Brian's little alliance of Darby Allin, Wheeler Yuta, and Daniel Garcia. You know,
The OGs.
hey man, and
I mean, it
could buy
works.
into that.
Yeah,
I could
It
buy
works
into
for
it.
several reasons.
You know, you have Brian like Yoda. You know,
Yoda's a wild comparison.
And yeah, man, he's got his boys ready to do his dirt. You know,
Bro. And to be fair, if Danny is the one that ends up teaming with Private Party next week, and you bring Private Party into the fold as well. Listen, I'm signed up. I'm ready.
A Private Party gonna make it though.
I don't know.
Mark's just fucking.
Yeah. Does he really need his hand to wrestle? I don't know. Like,
yes.
I know. He's probably going to try and do the match anyways. It did just surprise me that they didn't take Commander out because I thought they were going to make it really obvious that they needed a new third for next week.
See, I'm not sure what they're doing because.
Me neither. I don't know. It just kind of feels like Danny, but I've been wrong. I've been burned.
It hasn't been announced, has it?
Nope.
No, they were saying that. Like they threw a challenge out, but they ain't what happened afterwards, so we don't know for sure who that third.
Maybe they'll be follow up on Collision. What a fine chance that would be.
I don't know, man. We'll see. Okay. So, yeah, Wheeler Uta's going through some things right now. And quick super chat break. Mid takes $4.99. Okay, officially need everyone's thoughts on the viral Ospreay versus Big Rico sequence, good or bad? What viral? See,
are you talking about like the one
from back in the day? Like, or we're talking like the promo segment from like last night or something? Like, what are we talking about? Yeah, mid takes.
I'm going to assume they mean the viral one from back in the day.
Yeah, from BOSJ.
Yeah.
Talking about that? Yes, absolutely loved it because that was the first time I ever saw either one of them. I've been a fan ever since.
See, I don't know what I see. If he's talking about like back in the day, like when the I guess the viral sequence, like he mentions in the super chat. It's not those things, bro. It's like, yeah, best of Super Juniors one. So it's just like with stuff like that for me, like, I can appreciate how like dynamic and athletically impressive it is, and the timing and the things that it takes to be able to pull that sort of stuff off. Is it like my preferred style when people are just doing like these almost like choreographed sequences? Not really, but I don't like turn my nose up at it. You know, it's like I get why people like it. It's impressive, you know. And I think there is room for it in wrestling as well, you know. For people who can fucking do the things that those two can do. It'll be interesting to see how they pair together in a few weeks' time when they have this big singles match that's obviously been very much hyped up even before Ricochet ever signed for the promotion. I do think now that like Ospreay is so much better than he was back then. Like,
so much better.
So like
crazy.
So much better, bro. Ricochet is slightly less like athletically dynamic, you know. But he's like more mature as a wrestler. Almost too mature in his first few matches in AEW. But So I'm interested to see how it plays out. In terms of like that sequence from back in the day, it's one of those things that as soon as you see it, you're like, oh, people are going to talk about this, you know? It's just like, but I honestly don't have very strong feelings on it either way, to be honest. So
Flip's good.
Know.
Flip's great.
It's cool, you know?
I like it.
Yeah.
If I was to give like a genuine opinion on it, I think it was outstanding for what it was at the time and what it meant at the time. If someone did that today, I'd just kind of be like, okay, pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like
time and context.
You know what the Kalani Saruka match from like fucking a month ago or whatever. You know, it's like I get it. Like it was cool, bro. Like especially like with those two as well at that point in their careers. Like they're so like early in their careers. Like have something that it was that that could stand out like that. It was cool to see from that aspect as well. And it was very similar with Ospreay and Ricochet back then because it was a long time ago now. How many years ago are we talking? Anyone remember what year it was?
2016, I believe. So like 8 years ago.
It was a long time ago, bro.
17. Their first match was like 2013, which is crazy.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
That was
a while ago, man.
Wild.
And as a sort of $2, can they sell a Beast Mortos mask, please? Amen.
It's quite a detailed one to be their first one to sell.
Yeah, that'd be kind of nuts, but
that'd be wild. They didn't. They
got aim high, you know.
So you want Beast Mortos?
If AEW were to start doing masks like on the AEW shop, who do you think should be or would be the first mask that they do?
If we're talking just like obviously the Sting one, but if we're talking Lucha masks, Bandito,
Lucha
obviously.
Yeah,
well, it's got to be Bandito. He has the most.
See, the Lucha Bro's not there anymore. It's kind of like, otherwise it would just like clearly be like Penta or something, you know?
Yeah. But it has to be Bandito.
Because it just looks really cool and really distinct and something I would wear at the show. So yes, Bandito.
Not Luchasaurus, no?
No. We get
I could see that being a hit with the kids, to be honest.
Bandito, hologram.
To be fair, yeah. Hologram's not a bad show. Who else still
Beast Mortos would be very funny.
Hilarious.
They would have to be like an online exclusive, like batches of 10. Like, I don't know how you can mass produce those.
Yeah, that would be a lot of work to mass produce.
But like the Bandito ones, you could sell. Like he carries them around with them and sells them at shows. Like, well, he did when he wasn't injured. I miss you, Bandito. Please come back.
Don't we all?
All right. Don't know why not. Need Beast Mortos to squash Jack Perry. Why not?
Now hold on. I would not be. Actually, wait.
The match, yeah.
Do the match, absolutely. And Beast Mortos, I would not be opposed to winning a championship sometime soon.
Oh, neither. Absolutely not.
The squash does pop me. I can't lie.
For several reasons, I know it pops you.
But like, Beast Mortos, like,
bro.
Could you like Jack Perry on this current arc that he's doing, and like this character building that he's trying to do, and his TNT title reign? Like, imagine it's just like Beast Mortos just comes out and just murks him. Like, yeah, Beast Mortos, let's fucking go.
I would genuinely pop for it.
I can't wait to
listen. If we're talking active wrestler, like it's hard to argue that Beast Mortos isn't in the top 10. Like,
I think he's awesome, man. He's great.
It's fucking unreal.
Just give him the 2022 Kyle O'Reilly push, Tony.
Yes. I mean, he kind of low-key is. Though
you hold that push very near and dear to your heart, Marcus.
Because it's just so. It was just so
sure
random.
He refers to it like once every couple months, you know, like
it's just a wrestler that like people really like, but you're not really thinking he's gonna get some like type of sustained push, and all of a sudden he's on TV all the time, winning matches or just wrestling constantly against top guys, and it's like, oh, he's wrestling for a world title. Oh,
didn't he win the 2022 Royal Rampage?
I think he might have. I think he won one of those battle royals and wrestled Moxley for the.
He won a battle royal to wrestle Mox. Yeah, I remember that very distinctly because it was one of his last matches before he went out.
Right, hell of a match too.
Hell of a match. What a time to be alive. I remember very distinctly the Double or Nothing card already had like 12 matches, and they threw on Darby Allin, Kyle O'Reilly, and everyone was like, what the fuck?
Beast.
That was a great
It
match
was
as well.
very
I had
good.
so much fun. Love Kyle.
Darren H 199, appreciate you. Pumped my fist when Marina attacked Abrahantes.
Okay, they just should have done dirtier. I don't know.
Yeah, Alex Abrahantes is he's a criminal, bro. I just don't know what to say. He's criminal.
Sonny Ono with a glove, and Sonny Ono didn't offend me.
All right, so what else we got on Dynamite? We had Hook versus some guy.
JD
no,
Inc.
yeah, I was gonna say he had a hilarious name, JD Inc.
I can skip
That's
that.
like that's the most indie name fucking ever, bro.
Such an indie name, bro. Talk about character stagnation, because why is Hook doing squash matches again? That's all I have to say.
We had Roddy on commentary as well. He did his shtick, you know, and yeah, Hook, as Charlie said, is why are we doing Hook squashes again? We're running it back again, like we said at the top of the show, man. Like we're going back a couple years here. Like what's going on, you know?
It's crazy. Like, bro, if you don't trust him to have extended matches with established members of the roster, then you got to do something. You got to take him off TV, send him training, do something, man. Because clearly it's not working. I don't care that he's Taz's son. If he ain't a good wrestler, he ain't a good wrestler. Like that's all there is about it.
I don't even think he's bad. It's just I don't know.
He ain't great.
I don't know.
Well, clearly something's not clicking. Where Tony's been like, well, we can put you in an established feud and like have you like wrestle cool matches on TV, like.
Yeah, but how much do we trust that man's judgment on these things? Because he put Britt Baker in a match with Mercedes in Wembley Stadium. So
well, you can't
there was some justification to that.
Of course, there must be some reason. I 100% get where you're coming from in terms of like asking the question, you know. But
it's like that much you could have had to do at some point. I'm like, for better for worse, glad to get out the way now because there would have been something hanging over the whole damn thing, unfortunately. But yeah, Hook and Roddy Strong is very, very funny as a match. That's all I'll say about it.
Roddy should win. Roddy should just win and win the belt. I think it'd be funny.
I think he might.
He's not winning, brother. I can tell you that right now.
He might, man. I'll die on this hill. Fuck it. This is a hill worth dying on.
It is because Roddy's strong, but like I don't need with the FTW championship.
But I think Roddy could do something really funny with the belt, and it would pop me for like 2 weeks, and then they should just bin it. It's funny.
Yeah. Moving on.
All right, Christian Cage was up next backstage with his family, the patriarchy, and he's as everyone knows, he's got the contract. He wants gold. He believes gold is in his future. Obviously, he's doing an interview with Renee, and he says to Renee, I know Mox wants the belt, but he hasn't got this, and he points to his fancy contract. And then for some reason, Kip Sabian, he's just following these guys around, bro. And like he's like behind the camera, you don't see him, and he's like, and you see like Christian Cage and that, like, they kind of notice him. Nick Wayne goes up to him first, and they're kind of like arguing with him. And Christian Cage just like fucking bitches him, bro. He just says like, "Listen, get the fuck out of my face. If I see you again, you ain't gonna like it. I don't care that your dad's dead. If you keep coming around me, I'm gonna put you in the ground with him. Fuck off," basically. So
crazy.
That happened. Do you have anything to say about?
They've been running this Kip angle since before All In, and I'm very, very confused what the end game is here. Like, are they splitting the patriarchy? Is that what they're gearing up to?
I don't know.
Because it feels like they're setting up Kip to be a tag team with Nick Wayne.
It's very much a Nick Wayne side thing, and they reference Nick Wayne like going for championships too in that same segment. So it's like, okay, and they're gonna do a 4-way on Rampage, and they're both gonna be in it. So there's that, I guess.
You can't do Kip and Nick Wayne as a tag team.
No.
I mean, you can't.
That's.
But what?
Who wants to see that?
Even what? So in kayfabe, they're in a tag team together because both the dads have died. Is that what we're doing? Is that where
I don't know Kip's reasonings for stalking the patriarchy. I'm just reading the signs. Like,
hey man, he finds TV time, so I guess.
Bro, Christian Cage has been an absolute blessing in Nick Wayne's life. You know, like
he absolutely has.
He's just,
but he's got to fly the nest at some point.
It's not yet, man. He's not ready.
It's not yet.
He's not ready.
Let's be
He's
real.
not ready.
Nick Wayne
He's not ready to leave the nest of Christian Cage, you know.
What would Nick Wayne do?
If I'm getting that Adam
Copeland
Copeland Christian Cage reunion at some point, then Christian needs to have no friends. So
you will hold on to that to the day you die.
I will. I am dying on this hill. It is absolutely going to happen within the next year.
Or will, but you know. For right now,
I'm so convinced that was meant to be the all-in match. I will never forgive Copeland for breaking his leg.
Why did he die like that? I'm still so confused.
It's regardless.
Even in the moment, it was fucking baffling. It was like, why did he go through the table not to go through it? Like it was.
It's like he regretted it like last minute. Like, it's like, oh shit, I jumped. Like
it was
do a regular splash, dude. Like why?
So bizarre.
Right, we got mid takes $4.99. I thought the trios match was the Bucks' best performance in a year or so. Everyone's favorite, and in a year or so. And what's everyone's favorite Rampage match for me? It's Minoru Suzuki versus Bryan Danielson. Suzuki Danielson might be mine as well because the energy around that was like insane. Like, that was the night that we're going head to head with WWE, wasn't it? And Tony was like,
"Yeah, it was like,
let's just fucking." That was like early, like savage Tony, you know. Like,
he's like, let's fucking go.
The fan base and just the energy around like that fucking YouTube leading, like fucking nuts, man. So that always holds a pretty special place in my wrestling heart. Kenny versus Christian.
That's a good one. The New Year's Smash women's tag street fight. The Bunny and Anna Jay? Were they the two teaming? I know Anna Jay was in it. No, it was the Bunny and Penelope Ford, and then Anna Jay and Taikon too. Yeah.
Saw it live.
That doesn't surprise me. I feel like I bring up any match from that era, and you were there for it.
If it was Days, you could name it.
Yeah, if it was Daly's place, yeah. Bucks versus Aussie Open is always up there for me. The fact that run the week before I was going to America for the first time for AEW, I was heartbroken. So upset they ran that on that Rampage and not the week after.
Bucks Lucha Bros.
Bucks versus Lucha Bros, yeah, that one was in LA.
Yuta Moxley, that bloodbath. Eddie and Brian.
Eddie Takeshita.
Eddie Bryan. Takeshita Bandito is a one that I really like a lot too. What else?
Honestly, that versus Jade Cargill was like a pretty good match.
That was shockingly good.
Mm-hmm. Some good memories.
Fucking lot, bro.
Yeah, some good memories. Some good matches, especially in the early days. You know, before TK just give up on it. There's some decent matches this week, yes, but that's all we ever get. It's like they're doing who they're doing this week? They're doing Brian Keith versus Mark Briscoe.
Oh, I didn't know.
That's
a good one, but it's not exactly going to draw your house, you know.
It's just some cool shit because why not?
But yeah, the books were really good as far as it being their best performance in the last year or so. I don't think I'll go that far because of the stuff they did with Sting and Darby was pretty.
Oh yeah.
Outrageous. They're pretty great blood as well too. And I thought in terms of just their sheer effort, the match that they had with FTR on what fucking pay-per-view was it? Was it what pay-per-view was it?
Dynasty.
Was it Dynasty? I thought that was quite outrageous, to be honest.
It's one
in terms of a performance. But yeah, last night was really good. Let's talk about it, man. The main event.
Let's do it.
Main event of AEW Dynamite last night was the
Let's go.
Don Callis family which is Takeshita, Ospreay, Cole Fletcher versus the Elite, which is the Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, and Kazuchika Okada. And yeah, man, just from the start, but the energy going into this was really good. The crowd was up for it. One of the few times actually did feel really up for something throughout the night. Ospreay straight away as soon as he comes out, he's hugging people in the crowd and shit. He's ready to go. He's and yeah, as his super chat says, and as we've already kind of touched on already, man, the Bucks were locked in, bro. They looked really good. They did their thing. They're really good at these multi-man matches. No surprise there, especially when they're mixing it up with people who are as good as their opponents in this one. Cole Fletcher, I think it's worth pointing out, he looked really sharp. One of his best performances, I think, on the AEW ring.
Oh yeah.
We got a little bit of an overrun as well. I think this went to like 7-8 minutes past the hour. Yeah, and yeah, I was about to say United Empire. Then that's kind of
wow.
Well,
fitting,
wow.
you know.
The
logo
was on the throne
with the Coriolis.
That's Aussie Open's finisher move. I'm just saying.
It is.
I made a very funny tweet about
pinned
that, by the way.
Matt Jackson.
Carl Fletcher.
That's a big one. Carl Fletcher getting the pin in the main event. That's a big one. And shout out the United Empire, as we've seen on the Titantron, the United Empire logo came up and everything.
It's
and
been
it was
a
like,
minute.
hey man, that weren't an accident. So shout out the United Empire. There's a little bit of a awkward moment between Takeshita and Ospreay after the match. Ospreay wanted to shake Takeshita's hand to be like, yo, good job. And Takeshita was just like, nah, bro, get away from me. Like, Takeshita's a proper prick, man. Like,
he is, and it's wonderful. I love it. He's a very good heel.
I love his whole thing is basically, I'm just trying to go and I'm just ready to fight anybody. And he was bumping over Ospreay the entire match, like on the apron when they was trying to get a tag
in. Each other in the back.
Yeah, it was fantastic. But nah, like Kyle and Ospreay showed a lot of chemistry I didn't even think they had. Even knowing that they've done a lot of trio stuff together, they had a really good chemistry. And the Takeshita and Okada exchanges, bro, he countered the Rainmaker to a Blue Thunder Bomb. What did you ask for?
He did.
We got Takeshita line counted into a drop kick. We got triple team action. We got I forgot who did the thing on the ropes. Was it Nick that did that?
Yeah, Nick jumped onto his back and then Matt did the powerbomb bit.
Yeah, that's the one. That was really cool. That was it.
Shout out Leon Cage.
Who that?
Yeah. He's an. We're not doing this. I'm not going through this again. I'm not doing this. No, this match is fucking sick.
You almost big cheese. I'm just saying, but nah, I love this match a lot. The Bucks had their working shoes on. Kyle Fletcher, once again, let me tell y'all, he is a great wrestler. You don't got a bunch of fuck niggas in your ear telling you that he ain't. Like, he's leaps and bounds from when he first got here to now, where he's found a look that works for him. He's gotten noticeably bigger. He looks fantastic. He's sharp. Everything he does looks like it fucking hurts. That kick he does in the corner, I grab my damn chest every time he do this shit. I can't hold you. That shit has.
He's so quick with it as well. Like, he shouldn't have maintained the speed that he has with the amount of like muscle mass he's put on at this point. But he's still so quick in the ring.
He got a hell of a brain buster too.
The thing is with Kyle though, and his physique, it's more that he's just filled out more into the physique, but kind of I won't say he should have, because he's fucking ripped at the moment as well, but he's a big guy, man. He's tall.
He's 6'5".
That's what I mean. Like, he's just kind of filled out. It's not like he's hilariously big or anything, or he's like too big for his size. So
yeah,
I think he's definitely at a weight that he can kind of like maintain and still maintain that snap, like you just mentioned, Charlie. So like I said, he looked really sharp. He looked great here. Okada, Ospreay, they had a little face off. That was cool.
The first one in
Marcus
AEW.
already mentioned.
The first one in AEW. The crowd got it as well.
It's very happy with Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, that they actually got it. Because I'm still mad at you, Winnipeg. You got Kenny and Okada for the first time. And it was
they didn't do shit. They sat on their hands.
Yeah, but here goes Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Here's Okada and Ospreay, first time in AEW. All those G1s. Ospreay turned on Okada, the former United Empire, back in New Japan, G1. And they got them, and they got the message. They got the assignment. Good job, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Good job.
The fact that they only wrestled in like February is crazy. There's been so much this year.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
But great match. Yo, everyone put up about 20 points apiece. I want to say Ospreay put up about 28. Kyle got a little 22 in there. Matt and Nick, they got about 27 apiece. Kyle got 21. Takeshita got 24. A couple rebounds in there. At the Takeshita line, he tried to do it. He ended up getting drop kicked right in the damn face. Chef's kiss. I'm ready for that match, whatever it happens. I'm prepared. I'm locked in. I'm loaded. I'm ready to go. Take my money, all of my money. I will just run up to the damn box office and give you my money personally to get that match. And hell, we even got some tension with Ospreay too. So if that ain't over and done with, we may get that again. Takeshita might win that. I hope he does.
I think he should, to be honest. Like, it will probably be post Ospreay losing the international belt, I have to imagine, or it won't. Like, unless Takeshita's winning the international belt, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with Takeshita.
He might just win it outright, and he might win.
He might just win. Like, he genuinely might just win. Yeah, it doesn't really surprise me that Kyle and Ospreay had so much chemistry, like as a tag team, because they did do tag stuff in Rev Pro when Davis blew his knee out. So it's not like they obviously they did all the trio stuff for a while, but like they have done tag stuff as well, and it was showing here. Like, I would never say Takeshita was the odd man out because that's the wrong sentence to say, but like you could tell how familiar Fletcher and Ospreay were together, like compared to when Takeshita was in the ring doing stuff with them as well, if that makes sense. So, but it was an incredible match. I had so much fun.
Man, the way it was designed, it was supposed for like to be Takeshita to be the odd man out and build up some more tension with that stuff. But like even with the stuff they did back in Red Pro, they looked sharp.
Listen, man. I was against them winning the gauntlet. But if they win next week, I don't know how angry I'd be about it.
I think they don't. If they look like this, I don't even think I'll be that angry. Just because...
Dave's gonna give it like 5.5 stars. Like, I'm fully anticipating this like being one of the highest rated tag matches of the year. Like, I genuinely think it's like, because not only is it the Bucks, it's Ospreay. And Ospreay doesn't get below like 4.5 stars these days.
He started like Kyle Fletcher on top of that. Like, he gave them a 5-star match when Ospreay first got him like joint. So there you go.
I'm sure the match will be great. I would be against them winning the tag titles at this point.
Long term, I am, but I'm very starry-eyed over the fact there's just United Empire lore going on. I'm so happy.
If they're gonna look that good, it is what it is. So if they're gonna look that good, then I ain't mad at it. They shouldn't win it, but again, if they look that good in a full match with them as a tag team, I would not be opposed to being a tag team long term in AEW. Aussie Open or not, I'm sorry.
Honestly, to be fair, do we think that Kyle's gonna turn on Ospreay or Takeshita's gonna turn on Kyle? Because I've seen people suggest both. And I think them putting the United Empire graphic on the Tron last night means that Kyle's actually going to turn on Ospreay.
That, but then again, with the way they've done the Takeshita odd man out stuff and him still having a lot of tension with Ospreay,
I think it could go
it wouldn't shock me either way. I'm leaning towards Kyle for right now because of the emotional impact, but I wouldn't be stunned if it was Takeshita.
Bro, if they lose next week and then Davis returns, like come on, man. Come on.
Mark Davis, eh?
Shut up.
Listen, Big Mark. That's my guy. You're outnumbered on this one, Marcus.
I am an Aussie Open through and through.
Hey, listen, man.
Aussie Open. They're my guys, bro. I'm speaking my truth.
I'm just saying, bros. You've been out for
I've been flying the flag. I've got my United Empire jacket. I would show you, but it's upstairs and I'm not going to get it.
On the crown.
Got me Aussie Open merch. That's also upstairs.
Yeah, I'm going to get one of those.
Go ahead, throw the crown up real quick.
I can do it.
Repping the set.
See, that's what
I'm also wearing Gatsby
merch right there. You see, boom. Of course. Don't fuck around here. Shout out Matt Davies. Hope he comes back soon. I want Aussie Open back. I know Cole Fletcher. He's on a hell of a run. Shout out to him. But Aussie Open is where the heart is, people. Get with it. Yuzura Hart, $5. Appreciate you. He's looking better and better these days. What would you do with a returning Kenny Omega? Him versus this version of Hangman would be electric. Yeah, of course.
Give me
The
that Danielson rematch. Give me every person he is not wrestling in AEW that's doing something significant. Run it, because it's the last time you're gonna be able to do it, most likely.
Yeah, the list is pretty long, to be honest, bro, with Kenny Omega. It feels like we spent so much of the past few years just wanting Kenny Omega to come back. It's crazy. Because we have, to be honest. But
yes,
yeah, the list is long, man, and he's looking good. He's been pictured a couple times this week with Ibushi, and
it's gonna be so funny when he comes back and just does a bunch of tag stuff. It's gonna really pop me. I'm gonna be so happy about it.
Hey, man.
Listen, man, I don't want him to run back Golden Lovers versus Young Bucks. I will say that outright. But
leave that in the pyramid.
If it happens, I will be.
You'll be a fraud about it.
I will 100% be a fraud. Listen, there are several matches that I'm like, oh, they should never rerun that. It's like the Okada Shibata match. I don't think they should rerun that. But if Tony Khan is man enough to book it, I'll be there.
Hey, I don't blame you.
I'm a hypocrite. I've always been honest about it.
Well, ain't we all? But in all seriousness, though, him as the babyface versus heel Hangman, that would be electric, and I am all with it. The only man that can save Hangman from himself. Can you imagine if they run that?
That it would need to be an extended story. There's so much material there.
Yeah, with Kenny Omega, it's kind of feels like there's almost too much stuff for him to do. With the point that you would assume he'll be at in his career when he comes back, like a few big injuries, diverticulitis. He's only getting older, and there's still so much stuff that I'm sure a lot of us would love to see him do. So, hopefully, they, if they have to be selective with it, they're hitting the right notes with Kenny Omega because they need to, man. I'd like to see him have a top guy babyface run, to be honest. And whatever comes with that, obviously Hangman's a heel at the moment, so that could work. And just mixing it up with everyone. Really.
All of the elite are heels. It's crazy.
I don't think Kenny versus Darby. I don't think that's happened, has it?
Nope.
It's gonna be so funny that one of his first matches is Jack Perry. Because people are going to absolutely rinse it online. I think it'll be a great match. It will be a great match. But Jack Perry, he's been doing some things in his matches recently that, like, low-key, teases.
Oh, he's been doing Snapdragons.
He's been doing the Snapdragons. He's been doing
everything. It's not a match. It's not something that particularly moves me, to be honest. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't think it would be a good match. Like Jack Perry's not like terrible, bro.
Bro, the way that like the finish of the Bryan match, where he like accepted the fact that he was about to get kneed in the face at the end. If he like does that for the setup for a V trigger, like I don't know, man, that would move me quite exponentially.
I would just like roll my eyes, like,
oh no!
I did when he did it to Bryan. Like,
well, you're just gonna have to cry, Monty. I don't know.
He was just like, "Alright, bro." But God bless. Short-Town Spurs, $5. Cole Fletcher looks like he ate Cole Fletcher from last year.
Dog, it's like Cole Fletcher, bro. Like I always felt like knew he was a tall dude because Mark Davis is a big guy. And then you stand next to Kyle Fletcher, you don't realize like Kyle Fletcher's like deceptively tall himself. And then now with his frame, it's like, holy shit, who is this guy?
Big guy, bro. He's a big guy.
Genuinely, let me see if I can find the photo.
He's a proto star.
Big lads.
He is. He's a proto star.
I was wearing boots in this photo. Look how fucking tall they are.
Big dudes, Mark Davis.
It's crazy.
God bless.
Shout out
Bam with the $5. The woke mob of backup Monty and Joe trying to say the books were washed. When did I ever say the books were washed? But anyway, thankfully we had good conservatives like the Fortune 4, Anna and Charlie sticking up for the goats. Yeah, they're never gonna let their
Good what? Conservatives?
Because I was gonna say that's a crazy label, man.
I was gonna get to that. Now you guys have always been fighting. You've always been fighting that corner for the Bucks. I've never called them wash though. I think
When
I
you
think
added like the acclaimed
I
magic
said
of
I said
charisma.
something. I think I said something a couple of weeks ago. Like their closing stretches aren't as like fast paced and the dynamic as they usually are. But I still pop for the Young Bucks matches, and most of the time Nick Jackson's just sheer effort. Like it just
It's
pops me, you
unreal.
know. They still know how to put the matches together. They're awesome, man. But well, I think Backup Hangman said a controversial tweet a couple of weeks ago about him not being good anymore.
Well, Backup Hangman
Yeah,
is just,
he was the
you
Mount
know,
Rushmore tweet when they were talking about Kevin Owens, and he was like, only one of those guys are good anymore, or some shit like that. He was just like, damn.
well, Backup Hangman, you can eat a dick. Joe, you done a lot for me, so I'll spare you this one
I'm
time.
not
I'll
sure
throw you
what
a
Joe
pass.
said. Maybe something on hanging with Fulbert on the Late Night Green channel, but
I'll throw him a
I don't
pass
know
all
what
the
Joe said
same.
about him.
I'll throw him a pass, but hey, man, y'all tried to a few with the Acclaim. Those shitters over there dictate how washed the Young Bucks are. Give them real niggas, give them real hoopers, and look what they gonna do for y'all. Look what the effort level look like, man. Like they time is money, and they ain't got a whole lot of time left, man. Give them real hoopers. Give them the Ospreay and Fletchers of the world. Give them any singles guy you make into a tag team at this point. Give them anybody. Hell, give them Private Party when they're fully fleshed out. And look what they're going to give you. They're going to give you a 25. They might give you a cool like 19.9 on real high efficiency from Matt. Nick will be the Energizer Bunny. They still got the game on lock. They still got it.
I just wish, if we were on that conversation, that like when they work the less marquee fun matches like last night or whatever, like matches that aren't like last night, that it isn't so blatantly obvious that they don't give a fuck, you know. Like that acclaim match a few weeks ago was like disgraceful.
Like, I just that would be a disgrace too. I ain't wrestling fucking Acclaim. The fuck?
Like I know the acclaimed aren't unbelievable works or anything, but they're not like terrible, bro. Like you can get good matches out of them, man. Like it's like, and that match a few weeks ago was, you know. So it's like I think it's just a matter of like if they're in something that they're actually interested in, motivated for, they can still do the thing because they know how to do it. Do you know what I mean? So we'll see. I wonder who they are going to drop the belts to. I don't think it will be Ospreay and Fletcher, but
no.
You know.
It's actually me, an attack partner.
But yeah. Shout out the woke mob.
Yeah, something like that.
Bam again. Davis, it's time to be a family man. Cole is thinking, see, come on, this is what I don't like, bro. So you can like Kyle without shitting on Davis, man. Like,
that is a crazy super chat. No further comments.
If people hating on Davis, like, I don't even think Kyle would fucking co-sign that, you know?
Like, nah, of course not. Of course he wouldn't. But
exactly.
Hey, man, it's time to move on up, bro. Mark Davis, you can come back whenever you come back. There's a spot for you on this roster, most definitely. You're just gonna have to, make room for the proto star. But we can get back to the oi and stuff like that.
Bro, he's a young man. Young Cole Fletcher is, you know. Davis got a few years on him. I'd like them to have a proper AEW tag run where they win the tag belts or some shit, and then Kyle can turn on Davis, and that can be the end of Davis's run. You know what I mean? Like we can do it that way. Like,
indeed. Davis is like 34. Like everyone thinks he's like super old, like compared to Carl, and like he is like 9 years older, but like he's not like old.
No, for sure,
yeah, but he's just significant. Might even be a bit aggressive, but he's just a lot older.
He has notable years.
Yeah, because obviously because they're a tag team, it's like
yeah.
That was always kind of, I don't know, it was always something that I kind of took notice of. Is like their run as a tag team will be very weird because like Kyle's always been kind of a, someone that people have looked at as like kind of a young up and coming star, whereas Davis was a little bit different. But I really like Davis, bro. I think he's great.
Mark Davis good.
Bam, $2. I need my GOAT Omega God babyface run.
Yes,
I'm saying,
yes.
There's money to be made.
I'll do godly things for it.
Money to be made. And Jan $2. Put that world title on Kenny or bust. Hashtag fire 80%.
He wasn't lying to y'all. I know he was playing, but every good joke got some true shit in it.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. Excuse me. What do I want to talk about next?
It's Ricochet and Mortos.
Yeah, man, let's get to it. Ricochet versus Beast Mortos. Fuck, man, Beast Mortos he's quite outrageous, to be honest. That dive spot that Ricochet tried to do, like a dive into a destroyer on the outside, that went wrong, was fucking hilarious in like the most beast way possible. You know,
like, kept going. Real professional.
It's like, oh shit, I couldn't do what I want to. Fuck it.
Those are the botches that that don't even affect the match anyway negatively for me. You know, like,
those are the kind of botches you need to watch as a wrestler in the back, where it's like, don't let it affect what's going on. Just get to the next thing.
Keep it
the ambition in Ricochet's eyes to just go for something like that was hey man. But yeah, Beast Mortos is outrageous, bro. I thought this was Ricochet's definite best Dynamite match so far. I still think he could be a bit more. He's very giving, and he's very much allowing his opponents to get their shit in. And he's been working some dynamic opponents, so when these people do get their shit in, it does add to the match. And you know what I mean? Like, letting Beast Mortos get his shit off, like no one's complaining about that, you know. So they had a great match, but I do still think Ricochet could be, you know, okay. Be a little bit more selfish, you know, like really like treat your matches like showcase matches, because that's what these early matches are, you know. So I do think he hasn't quite approached them in that way, which has been interesting, but the matches haven't been bad or anything, and I do think this has been the best one so far. So yeah, man. Ricochet, Mortos, good shit, wasn't it, Marcus?
Real music to my ears. This is the Ricochet I want to see in terms of the matches that he's had. Again, he could stand to be a tick more selfish and come off more of a star than he is, which he's still coming off awesome. Don't get me wrong. It's just, you don't want to come off as a part of the roster and just be more 50-50 with these guys. But still, he's still got the explosiveness. He's still got the snap. He's still got the ambition, and the gears are starting to turn in his head. And, oh, shit, I'm Ricochet. I could do really cool shit. It may not work all the time, like the spot on the outside that he tried to do, but he turned it into something really cool with the Destroyer. And he brought back the Vertigo, which I'm still happy about. And the best part about this, Ricochet did a 450.
Yep.
He did
We're getting there. We're getting there.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. So great job all around. Beast Mortos, I love you, you crazy bastard, you. More stuff from him, please. Ricochet, keep turning up, brother. Let's get rid of the farmer gloves, though. You know, we gotta address that.
I don't like the gloves.
Ain't my thing, but
I don't.
I'm sure he'll figure it out. Charlie, I'm sure he was a big fan of Ricochet versus Mortos.
I really, really enjoyed this match. When Ricochet dived on the outside the first time and Mortos just caught him and powerbombed him off the fucking apron. Unreal, incredible stuff.
He bounced off the apron too.
We've got to talk about the finish of this match, because the finish was fucking hilarious. That was like the only bad thing about the match, because the finish was great. Yes, it was so fucking
what we're gonna do is just get a neuralizer and we're gonna forget that axe kick happened.
Yeah, bro, it absolutely cracked me up. But like everything else about this match, like even when there was like a few little mistakes, it was so fun and exactly what I wanted out of Ricochet. And it's just kind of made me need, like, I just want to see him against Bandito now. Like, I think 90% of my problems with AEW will be fixed when Bandito is back, because I just really, really miss him.
It'll help a lot of things.
It would be great.
It'll bring balance to the.
Yes, he is also someone that can face really well. Like him and Ricochet would have a crazy match. But yeah, no, really, really enjoyed this. AEW is at its best when it's very lucha pilled, so I'm glad that they've got luchadors that they're featuring on TV like more regularly again. Makes me very happy.
Sure.
Good shit, man. Beast Mortos, do wonder when they actually like get something going with him. You know,
he should beat Sammy Guevara.
No, but like, what's the actual like mission? Do you know what I mean? So
Bro,
he's really good. So I think he's getting to the point now where AEW Creative do have to kind of like, okay, what can we? I've saw someone pitch that they should do a tag team with him and Luchasaurus, and like that did pop me. I can't lie.
Him and Ryan would be very funny tag team, honestly.
That would be beast, you know.
I can't lie. Him and Riley would be very outside the box, but very beast.
Well,
what if he beats Smart Briscoe?
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
The Luchasaurus tag pops me a lot, but
it's just so
funny. If you can figure out like a singles avenue for him, like that would pop me probably more. But if you can't, because you're doing stuff with other people, etc., then him and Luchasaurus having a serious tag run could be like pretty fucking awesome, and I think they could get really over as well. So,
I think they could get insanely over.
So that's out there. If anyone who's talks to anyone in AEW or anybody from AEW who's watching this, these Mortos and Luchasaurus
running around growling at people.
Yeah, no promos.
I wouldn't want them to cut promos. That would kill the aura.
Scott and wrestle. Fuck promos.
Oh, it could work, bro. You know,
this could be magic. I think we've found who needs to beat the Young Bucks.
Hey man,
bro, could you have Beast, Mortos, and Nick Jackson in the ring together? Come on now, like
I'm with that. Like, how would they interact outside the ring?
Can you imagine like EVP Matthew Jackson trying to talk to them, and Mortos just growls in his face?
This pops me tremendously. Just for that,
there's art to be made with this tag team. That's all I'm gonna say.
Everyone backstage in AEW Creative, just wring your hands and find something for Beast Mortos to do. Because right now he's like an elite utility player, but he's so good. He's getting so over. You gotta do something, right? Like you gotta find something. Like put a tag team, a singles run with a belt or something. A feud with like hologram that elevates both of them to the next level or something. Anybody for that matter. I'll take it.
As long as it's not Chris Jericho.
Oh, 100%.
No, please.
When we say anybody, we don't mean that. Like, let's X that out.
All right, so super chat. Showtime Spurs $5. Jeff Jarrett as a sympathetic veteran babyface in Big Old 2024. Absolute scenes. Bam says for $2. Hangman better send Jeff to his father soon. That's crazy.
Hell yeah.
Oh my
God.
God.
Jerry Jarrett.
Hey man, I'll bury a rope right next to him.
Well, yeah, let's talk about it, bro. So last night we hear live from Hangman Adam Page, and he's pissed off and he's fucking miserable as usual because that's what he's just been like lately. It's fucking awesome, to be honest. But I was gonna say he did a "You People" promo, which like it kind of was, but it wasn't like the generic, boring, derogatory. I didn't mean it in a derogatory way, but he did kind of do like, you know, all you people still cheered for Swerve, and you did this and you did that, and you know he's just he's got some issues, and he says one of the loudest voices in support of Swerve is you, Tony Schiavone, who's interviewing him in the ring, and Tony Schiavone
Tony Schiavone.
Tony Schiavone starts mumbling and stuttering and saying sorry and fucking just he's in a mess, you know. And what does he say? Tony says something when he's got the mic.
I'm just doing my job, man. Like,
yeah. But he's about to fuck up poor Tony Schiavone, but you know he's not having it. You know, will not stand back and watch this fucking maniac, this schizophrenic fucking lunatic take out beloved Tony Schiavone. It's Jeff Jarrett. Big Jeff Jarrett storming the ring, fucking just ready to go. You know, tries to get into the ring, but of course, as pointed out on commentary, when you enter the ring and you're trying to jump somewhere, for that split second as you're sliding under the bottom rope, you are at a bit of a disadvantage. And Hangman kind of like beats the shit out of him a bit.
Can't smoke him, I can't lie.
Roughs him up a bit, you know. But they end up kind of having a brawl and they get separated. And then, you know, Jeff Jarrett gets on the mic and he cuts a really great, like, fired up babyface promo about how he'll be damned if he'll stand back there and let you put a hand on Tony Schiavone, and if it's the last thing he will ever do in his career, he's going to make sure that he kicks his ass. And yeah, man, Jeff Jarrett, Hangman, they have really good kind of like on-screen chemistry together when they're duking it out, brawling, going back and forth and stuff. They had a really good match as well in the Owen. So yeah, man, it seems like that's going to be another kind of going back to a previous side mission. Hangman Adam Page. I think he's going to try and kill Jeff Jarrett, so I will be praying for him. But yeah, man, Jeff Jarrett, the fired up veteran babyface. Charlie, what you thinking?
He should just stay out of Hangman's business, shouldn't he? He wouldn't get hurt.
Probably.
Be all right. You should just take your losses, man. I wouldn't get in a ring with him. But it does pop me that the measure of a newly turned heel is interacting with Tony Schiavone and seeing if they will try to murder him. It does pop me quite greatly. Like I said last week, they've got to. Did I say this last week or did I say it on the podcast? Can't remember. They've got to tie up the loose end here, and it does make sense to do. They've got a couple of big shows coming up that they could run it on, like the Grand Slam, Collision, 5th anniversary show. Take your choice. You've got a couple of cool ones you can run it on. I don't think they'll do it on the pay-per-view. They might, actually, if they're trying to kill time for Hangman. I don't know, they might run it on the pay-per-view. It's really not that far away now anyways. I don't hate it. I think they should maybe do a stip match because I just want it to be a bloodbath, to be honest.
What sort of stip you thinking, Charlie?
I wouldn't do Texas Death because of... Okay, I've got to choose my words carefully because I don't want to be bullied about Jeff Jarrett again. I just don't think that with who Hangman has faced in Texas Death matches, I would not add Jeff Jarrett to that list, personally. But someone earlier said a Texas Bull Rope match, I'd be with that.
Yeah, bro,
a strap match.
They'll make it. They'll make it work. Whatever
we'll figure it out.
Okay, I do tend to agree. A stipulation would probably make this. I don't know. Yeah, actually, fuck it. Let's get messy.
Let's commit elder abuse. Fuck it.
So then, Marcus, you think Hangman's gonna put Double J in the ground? What do you think is gonna happen?
He putting his dick in the dirt, baby. That motherfucker going. That nigga, he finna meet Jerry once again. That's what's gonna happen. And let me go back to the promo real quick because it was a little bit of you people, but it made sense and it was more in the context of everybody that supported Swerve, everybody that helped him on the way to the championship, everyone that protected him from Hangman, because Jeff Jarrett did basically protect him from Hangman in the final of the Owen. He helped Daniels to win. He was the special enforcer, got involved in it, and all that stuff. The fans did choose Swerve. That happened. He has a right to be pissed off about that, and that did set him off a lot. And he came off incredibly terrifying and called people out. He's like, it wasn't me. I ain't say nothing. But I like Swerve, but I was on you. I was on Team Hangman. I'm Team Cowboy shit. I ain't do nothing. Please don't hurt me.
Right.
You know?
Hangman talking about the people that protected Swerve on his way. He's so delusional that we can we on the team, they can absolutely twist this and get back to running a Hangman versus Samoa Joe match. Because Joe teamed with Swerve and RVD. So, if they want to run Joe versus Hangman in a match, in a feud, I think I'm with it. Whenever he's back.
Monty, will you be with it?
I will be there.
I'd be with... Listen, bro, anything with Samoa Joe. As long as it don't involve Jericho again.
So yeah, as long as exactly, it's the best of both worlds. We keep them both away from Jericho.
Yeah, just keep them with each other. Two great wrestlers doing some really cool shit and being angry on screen. I am with it. But yeah, the Jarrett stuff is gonna be. It's cool. It's a cool little side mission. It's a cool loose end. You always have to have some of these kind of things when you have a newly formed character. Do some side stuff that it's kind of entertaining and also sells the turn. Murder Jeff Jarrett in a match in the next few weeks or so, and let's move up on up the ladder. And Jarrett, for his part, is doing a really good job of selling this too. So, win-win.
Shout out Tag Star, Bing Bob.
Yeah, man.
They
played
played the video. It did pop me quite a lot that they played it.
Clearly responsible for the next thing we was going to talk about, the Hangman video package that we got. And it was just we're just kind of recapping the crash out here. You know, this man is spiraling into this fucking. Bro, he's lost the plot, man. There's no
played the I Am a Man promo
too. You know, I don't get Charlie. Maybe you can call me wrong, but people are like, "Oh, Kenny Omega's gonna come back and save him, and it's all gonna be happy days again."
There's nothing to save, bro. No,
he's
I
gone.
get what people are right. Okay, right. So my take on this is
that Hangman's dead. He's done.
The Hangman that can be saved by the Elite is absolutely dead because it's not the Elite that drove him to this point. Any redemption arc Hangman has is going to be with Swerve, like 3 years down the line, and they're going to be a tag team at some point. It's going to be great, but we are years from this.
Charlie.
Yeah, we
are years and years from this. He hates Swerve right now.
He's going to kill him.
Brother.
Someone said do a match for Jeff.
It's going to be
chainsaw belt. No, please don't.
Shut up. That belt doesn't exist in canon. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean shut up. That was quite aggressive. I'm sorry.
That was incredibly spiteful. Apologize to the customer.
Just shut up. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. You are allowed to voice your opinion.
It's too far gone, man.
Yeah, it ain't happening.
Well, yes, but it's going to be.
This is crazy, man.
Years.
He says $2. Carrying my shoulder is free after the Hangman match.
You know what, Karen? If you need someone to talk to, all of us at WrestlePurists will send our condolences. We will be there at the funeral. We will cover the expenses possible. Well, Tony Khan will have to do that, but I'll cover the expenses emotionally.
I'll write a really nice post on the WrestlePurists account about Jeff Jarrett. You know, I won't call him a carny when remembering him.
Even Chuck will be nice.
I'll keep it.
I won't tweet anything spiteful.
All right, man. So Hangman, shout out Tiger Star Pro, shout out Hangman, generational crash out.
Tiger Style, brother. I ain't got it with me right now, but I got Jar Honey with your name on it, brother. You doing good shit, you will go.
Oh, we had a few good video packages actually. So let's talk about them.
Let's talk about the Nigel one.
Yeah, that's what I was going, brother. Nigel video package. We had all. Just talking about this rivalry with Bryan Danielson, actually, like giving people some context that they might not have known, because you can't just expect people to know about a feud from like fucking 16 years ago or whatever the fuck it was, you know. So yeah, I think they did a really good job of filling in the context and what it would obviously kind of the competition between like Bryan and Nigel back in the day, and kind of obviously giving some context about like how Nigel's career ended up going with him having to step away, and you know, like would Bryan have made it as far as he did if Nigel was around, and like trying to build that narrative. And we heard from people like, you know, ROH legends like Mark Briscoe, Jerry Lynn, etc., you know,
Roderick Strong.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and it was just I thought it was really well done. It was quite beast. Popped me quite a lot. Ring of Honor forever and always. The real Ring of Honor, that is. And
it was 70 seconds long and it made me emotional. That is how locked in I am for this match.
It was this came on at about 40 minutes into the show, and up until that point I thought it was like by far the best thing on the show, and like, as Charlie said, it was literally only like a minute long. So very well done, you know. It was good shit, man. It was good shit.
Shout out Nigel.
Yeah, it was great to have like all the ROH guys that are on the roster right now, like talk about it. And the guys that were around for it, like Roddy was there, Jerry Lynn was there, you know, like Mark Briscoe. Like that was a very wonderful touch. And to get people locked in for something that happened over almost 20 years ago on DVDs, and people understand the significance and the importance of those matches for both men, especially Nigel personally. Oh, did y'all see that quote he had? I was with TV Insider, I believe, about why he retired. Mm-hmm. He was like, "No, I didn't retire because I was injured. I retired because I couldn't make fucking money doing this." And now he's in a point where you can make real money in wrestling, in American wrestling on TV, and you get to have this match with Bryan Danielson in Arthur Ashe Stadium when you're doing it in front of like a couple hundred people here, maybe 1,000, 2,000 people there in England, in New York, like all these places, and they were all fantastic. They even showed the ring post spots. Like, Nigel, you crazy bastard! If you do that next week,
oh my god, no!
Yeah, Narada's
do it
showing
next week.
headbutt in the fucking ring.
I was like, holy shit, they actually showed this stuff. Like, they showed the real. I'm so
Didn't
fucking
man, it was
happy
good
for
shit.
him. I'm so happy for Nigel. I'm so happy for him getting this chance.
Genuinely delighted for him, because like it just like reading that quote earlier, just like, yeah, like my arm was fucked. WWE had no interest. I didn't want to go back to TNA because of everything that happened there, so I was kind of just out of luck. I was like, fuck, man. Like, like some of these guys, like it was just like wrong place, wrong time sort of thing. But I'm so happy for Nigel that he's got the chance to like see this story out, like sort of thing. He's just great, isn't he?
It's only
Let's
right,
go out on
you
his
know.
terms.
It's only right.
So do right.
It fills my heart with joy.
You gonna throw some on the grill next week?
No, bro.
I might cry. Like, if we're being real, like, genuinely. I cried when he came out at All In. Like, I don't know. I'm an emotional person.
And man, he has fucking in the bushes as the music. Play the whole damn thing, including the guitar solo intro. All that. I need it. Matter of fact, bring back the iron with the Union Jack on it. Let's throw it back. Fuck it. I don't know about Frosty.
There's no way he brings back the spikes, is there?
Nah. Yeah. But
Come on, he has
It's 2024, man. No, there's no way. He's like 40 something. He's like 40 something.
He can dye his hair back the next week. I don't give a fuck.
We'll get the shades in the iron, and that's about it. But I'll take it. And we got Oasis.
If anything, Charlie might just end up flying on a whim to Queens. If I could afford it, I would so be there. I can't afford it. It's breaking my heart. I can't go, but it is what it is.
Can't all be winners.
Speaking of broken hearts, Mina Shirakawa.
A
lot of live show charisma, many have said. And I tend to agree, to be honest.
Don't we all?
She's so she's got, obviously, as many people know, Mariah May has been requesting Mina so she can do her AEW Women's Title celebration because it's something just doesn't feel right without Mina, and she wants Mina. So Mina did a kind of like reply video package and saying, Mariah, I don't know what's got up with you like lately, but you've changed. But you know, we went through a lot together and I do still miss you, and Mina is coming. So we'll see what Mina's got to say, what Mariah May's got planned for her. Is it a trap? Is it? I don't know, but we'll see. Mina Shirakawa, she's coming to AEW very, very shortly to visit Mariah May and potentially celebrate the world title win, or potentially fuck her over, or potentially get fucked over. Or Charlie, what do you think? Where do you think this Mina and Mariah stuff is heading? Who's turning on who? Or are they becoming a evil duo? What are we doing?
I don't know, because obviously Mina, like, we don't actually know when her contract with Stardom is up, right? That's not known information.
I'm not certain when, but no, I'm not sure.
I know it's not. I know it's like imminent. It's not like far away. I think it would be more interesting, to be honest, if they were just like kind of an evil duo at the moment, especially with like Mina popping in and out of AEW at the moment. Like if Mariah's feuding with someone and Mina just pops up to fuck that person over, I think it could be pretty good stuff and pretty good TV. Her popping up sporadically for now. I'm being told February 2025. Yeah, I don't think they're turning on each other just yet. I think they're gonna wait until they're in. If Mina is coming to AEW, you've got to assume at this point, to be honest. I think that they'll wait to do a term, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know, because of like, who's Mariah going to face at the pay-per-view? Because she's facing
Yuka's Grand Slam,
week.
isn't it?
Yeah, Yuka's Grand Slam.
I think there's lots of options. It would pop me quite a lot if Mariah came to Rev Pro the week after the Wrestle Dream with Mina, because Mina's going to be at Global Wars.
Give Finch won that belt.
Maybe they'll start for the Alex Windsor match. That will pop like 4 people, but I'm one of them, so.
Of course.
But But yeah, Mina is coming. We want Mina, live show charisma, etc., etc., etc.
And a very good wrestler as well.
Yeah, man.
Start throwing in, for balancing though.
All right, so let's talk about since you're on the video package, Jack Perry. There's a video package of him driving around the city in his scapegoat mobile or whatever the fuck we're calling it.
That bus
his
pops
van.
because I'm so certain he drives to every town in that damn thing.
Yeah,
he's saying all these phrases and how he's justified and he's in the right and he was interesting, it was pretty well put together video package. I'm not entirely sure what the actual goal, what the actual objective, what they were trying to get out of this video package. But if they just wanted to put like a cool Jack Perry video package together, then I guess they did that, But
which is fine sometimes when people just put cool things on the show if they're not going to be there.
I do think AEW could do a better job of like actually getting Jack Perry's character and motives and goals across better, though. To be honest,
I do agree with that.
Give people something to actually like, kind of connect with on some point, on some level. Obviously, even as a heel, like something to dislike, or it's just like I said, I think they could just do a better job of like telling his motives and what his goals are and who is Jack Perry the Scape, like who is he, except for just being this like self-entitled prick, because that's kind of the only thing they've really told us so far,
If he does eventually turn back babyface, you can play off of that in a way. It's like I do go back to that thing what Moxley said about when he was walking in. He's like, I don't give a fuck what nobody says you're a good kid. Like at heart, he's still probably a good person. If he eventually does leave the elite, I think they'll probably go to it.
They can play the Bucks like pride on a vulnerable young talent in a moment of need so easily, to be honest. So,
yeah,
it'd be so easy to turn Jack babyface.
I think I said it. I don't know if I said it on one of these pods, but I know I've said it at least to someone. I just think Jungle Boy has a higher ceiling than Jack Perry, like scapegoat Jack Perry.
That is fair.
The way, like, even think about like the way people talk about Jungle Boy, like all these people that wanted to work with him and stuff like that, and like he would always get praise of being like this unique thing in wrestling, like this young baby face, easy to get behind, etc. Do you know what I mean? Like, and there was just something unique about him. Whereas as a heel, he's like, I don't think he's very like convincing. Like, I still don't quite buy it. Although like he's a good worker and stuff. It's not like he's going out there and stinking it up or anything. His promos have got better. He's been able to find something and channel something on the promo side of things. So that's definitely
far
a positive.
More confident than he used to, also, because he was so damn shy.
He used to hate, bro. What did he say? He used to like throw up before having to cut before doing like a pre-tape.
Yep.
A pre-tape, bro. So like but like even like like Jungle Boy as a promo didn't need to cut many promos because he was the Jungle Man. Like he was Tarzan. You know what I mean? Like
he had a dinosaur.
Yeah, I do think in the long run though he will probably be a better fit babyface long term after the scapegoat stuff because he does sound a lot more confident now as Jack Perry. But that's down the line.
Yeah, I do. I think also just long term, just overall, I think that'll be better for him, to be honest. Instead of trying to like really go too long term with his scapegoat stuff, because I do think kind of like the story that you two just kind of mentioned of like, like he's not really this guy, because he's a sweet kid deep down, and the Young Bucks just like preyed on this vulnerable lost soul in the locker room, very easy story to tell and revert back to the Jungle Man. And bro, the music, like imagine how much people would pop for the music coming back and shit, like,
Didn't they play it for Chris Dunn?
They did.
They did, and people really did pop for that. I'd be so with it. Like, I would be so with it.
Yeah, that's another hill that I'd die on.
Mm-hmm.
Enough Enough of scapegoat. I need Jungle Man back. You know.
Jungle
So
Man.
good.
I don't think you can go back to calling him Jungle Boy at this point, though.
He's Jungle Man.
It's just Jack Perry.
Jungle Man, Jack Perry.
No, he could still be Jungle Boy if he shaved that shitty beard off. 100%.
You know,
100%, man. He's still got a baby face.
Oh, by the way, remember the Adam Cole thing that happened at Grand Slam last year? That was a year ago today.
Oh, damn.
He was backstage yesterday as well.
Well, he's been backstage a few times recently, so hopefully he's he's back training, doing cardio or whatever it is that he needs to be doing, because his ankle exploded, bro.
A year.
That's literally how it was described. Like his ankle exploded, you know, it broke in like a million different places, you know.
Wild.
So, yeah, man, a whole year without Adam Cole. He's had such an unfortunate run of luck since signing with AEW.
He spent more time out than he has in the ring.
Not even just since he signed with AEW, it's just like yeah, maybe he would have made the jump anyway, but it didn't even look like his options in WWE were very prominent. Like, people were talking like, oh, he was going to be a manager and shit, and it's like, yo, like, he's had a weird run of luck, man. Like, at least at the end of the day, nobody can take away that Wembley main event from him. You know, that's always something he'll be able to hang his hat on, you know. But yeah, bro, like outside of that, it's kind of rough. Well, he won the Owen.
That's nuts. Sorry, that is nuts.
That's crazy. 21.
There's no way that's real.
Because he had the shoulder injury on top of the concussions. That kept him out for a long, long time. And then the ankle stuff happened. Then he's out for an entire year. So yeah.
Holy shit.
Damn.
There's a couple people where I don't think I'd even want to see the actual statistic of like total weeks that they've been available. No, total weeks that they've been signed compared to like total weeks that they've been absent for whatever reason. Like, bro, like Kenny, like we were talking about Kenny, bro. It's like his injuries going away and getting surgery and stuff that he got. Then obviously he got hit with the diverticulitis, and then before all this, you had like the fucking suspension. Like, and I'm sure he's had like a few other little injuries here and there as well. It's like all that shit fucking probably adds up to a very terrifying number if you added it all up, you know.
Like he broke his hand in the Revolution tag match. The 2 times about he broke his hand in that match.
Do you know, this sounds really bad, but I regularly forget that Keith Lee technically works at AEW.
I think Keith Lee forgets Keith Lee works at AEW.
It's so same. It's like when I was naming that list earlier of people that are just absent from AEW, it's like I did mention Keith Lee, but it's just like when you mention them all together, it's like it's just crazy. Like it's not Miro as well. Like no Miro. It's just like
it's been like a year at this point, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You'd be very easily forgiven for like forgetting Miro was signed, you know. So yeah,
man. Hobbs is still injured.
Yeah, Hobbs, that's another one.
My God. Julia Hart.
Julia Hart, that's actually a pretty big one, you know. But yeah, it's
Jay White still getting cleared.
And it's assault on $2. Max and Marina equals Homelander and Firecracker. I've not watched The Boys, but I do understand the reference, kinda.
They should be fucking people up with each other, bro. That's a very apt comparison. Matter of fact, you want to talk about it?
I might watch The Boys one day.
It's on my list. My list is about 24 shows long at this point. But...
I'm watching all the Star Wars in order at the moment, so that's my current objective.
The prequel,
I've never seen all of them all the way through.
I'm watching because I've watched 4, 5, 6, and 3 before, like just not over the years, you know. But I've never sat down and watched them all, like 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. Like I've never done that, you know. So I'm doing that now. But yeah. That's what I'm doing at the moment. I will get to The Boys eventually, I think. $2. He says, I guess this is about Adam Cole. Poor Adam. He says, with $2, so I have to read it. Poor Adam. Ankle was bad, but what the dentist did to his heart. What did the dentist do to his heart, man? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right.
There was a women's tag match.
Okay, so Adam Cole. I don't know how we were talking about Adam Cole. We're talking about Jack Perry.
We were talking
about people need to chill out in the chat, please. Let's restore order. Behave yourself.
Oh, the what? How did we get here?
All right.
Oh dear.
Let's just clean. Let's clean this chat with something positive. You know, women's wrestling. Good women's wrestlers doing their thing. Serena Deeb and Mariah May versus Queen Aminata and Yuka Sakazaki. Pretty okay start. It was pretty inoffensive. It did pick up a little bit. It was quite a good match, man. I did quite like it for what it was. I like just kind of the idea of it, you know, kind of just like I'm not saying all-star tag match, but you know, just kind of like alliances forming in feuds where you kind of just like throw a tag match together and you kind of just let these four women mix it up. I like the idea of it. It ended in a DQ. Mariah May just randomly hitting Yuka with the belt and then just hitting her repeatedly as like a beatdown angle after the match. And yeah, I quite like this. What did you guys think of it? You got anything you want to add? Any things that stood out to you? Queen Aminata, she's a beast.
Always.
Love her.
This is the best gear she's worn too in AEW. Her gear is always great, but this is probably the best one because it gave off everything about her. She's regal, she's athletic as all hell, and she's the one and only. And I do like the fact they mixed these two feuds together. They have your world title feud with Yuka and Mariah, and then your side feud, which is of the prospect versus the veteran of are you ready to really move up into the picture? Stuff with Aminata and Deeb. I like that. Yuka is still very, very good. She's amazing. Yep. She's never around as much as you think she would be for as good as she is. But she got over great.
For a while, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was supposed to do something with Serena, then she got hurt. Then they tried to do it with Riho. She got hurt. So the curse has finally been lifted in terms of Serena feuding with people, hopefully. So apart from that, Yuka looked great. Mariah was just vibing on the outside with the belt, which was very funny. And it played into her just beating the dog shit out at Yuka with it later on. Serena was cool. Serena did her thing. She was OG in there. Aminata, fantastic. And her and Yuka had some really good chemistry, which is a lot more than I thought they would. Which is something I've said a lot about some of these tag matches on the show today. I've got people having
Yuka gels with people like really well. In terms of like, as you just mentioned, like how little she's around, like she does kind of, you can just plug her into shit like this and she'll do the thing. You know, she'll do it, man.
She'll do it, and the crowd still loves her too. Like,
she's still super over.
Yeah, which is something really good about a lot of these Joshi talents in AEW, where they're not around that often, like her and Riho, but when they are, the crowd knows the assignment. It don't matter where they at. It don't matter what type of town. It could be an A town, a C town, like in the middle of the Midwest somewhere. The crowds love them, and they get over within like 2 minutes.
So Yuka and Aminata like had really good chemistry working together as a team. I want to see that match though. I think that match could be pretty special. Like if they got time on TV. But no, I really enjoyed this. It was a really effective use of the women and like the feuds that are building, and that it's not just been kept on Collision, which is great. I like when the feuds cross over like this. I didn't love the DQ finish, but I do get why they did it. Yeah, pretty effective use for the time for the women. I wish they got a bit more time. But,
you know. They probably could have.
Yeah.
Give
it like 3 more minutes. It's gonna be really, really good. But what we got was fine.
I hope we get like the really like just fucking savage version of Yuka against Mariah. You know,
I hope
just fucking whack the fuck out of her. But,
could be special.
Yeah, that could be really good. I hope it is. Big match from Mariah. Okay, what else we got? Ricochet and Will Ospreay bumping into each other backstage. Well, not even bumping into each other. They kind of, it was intentional, you know. Ricochet was like, "Yeah, you told me to get my wins up. Got my wins up." I went back and forth a bit. He was like, Ricochet basically said like, "Yo, I went to the office, told him to set up a match. It's time, Will. It's time. I know you got your little match at Grand Slam. I hope you do well with Kyle and that. So we ain't going to be at Grand Slam, but the week after, make sure you're ready. Make sure you pack 10 lunches because it will be for the AEW International title in a couple of weeks' time. The AEW 5-year anniversary. Will Ospreay versus Ricochet. And yeah, man. Ricochet was like to Will Ospreay, I'll see you there, little bro. And
I'm
yeah,
locked
man,
in.
Ricochet trying to, you know, he's trying to stretch his legs promo wise in his AEW run. You know, he's really trying to like, you know, he's trying, and I respect the effort. You know, he's
He's
trying to
having
cut
a
like,
chat.
yeah, he's trying to like cut longer promos and add a bit of like, you know, a bit of personality. Trying to little bro him, trying to do all these things that he thinks will pop people and stuff. It's just like God bless, you know.
Like he's never gonna be like a strong talker like ever. Like we already
Exactly.
it wasn't the
I,
worst promo of all time. It was pretty
yeah,
solid.
that's exactly what I was going for. Like, okay, like yeah, Ricochet, bro, he's not a good promo. Like he's not, you know. But I do think, and a lot of it is in bad faith. But I do think a lot of people do too much with like how bad of a promo, like they try and make
Yeah,
him out to be. You
they
know,
make too much.
like again, he's not a good promo. Like I do not think he's a good promo, but he doesn't like fucking disgust me. Like
You know,
some
like
people
just,
make
like I
out, you
always
know.
say, you don't have to be a great promo. Just sound like a human being, and I'm fine. And he sounded like a human being. He was after the match, was full of adrenaline, piss of vinegar, and just went up right after Ospreay like, "Yo, get ready for the anniversary show. Come for you." Like it was fine.
Yeah, man, it was. It was.
Didn't hate it.
And that'll be a great match, of course.
Oh yeah.
Well, I hope it is.
What kind of matches would it look like now? Because they're completely different guys from what they were back then.
It's I don't know. Because I'm trying to think
Neither do
who
I, man.
Ospreay has faced in this AEW run that it can be. I guess the closest comparison would be the Pac match. But even then, Ricochet's such a different wrestler compared to Pac. It's going to be nuts, I think. I think it's going to be
I hope it is because the expectations are
all
really
out.
high. Like the pressures
Yeah.
are quite high, especially if you're Ricochet. With like again with the approaches that he has been taking to his matches recently, where it's been more kind of like 50-50.
Building it week on.
Yeah, you know, building up, and his offense became like slightly more dynamic each time. It seems like he really is trying to like he's like putting a lot of thought into like what he's trying to do in the ring in AEW. Like he's trying to build to something. Finding his feet of what he wants to be in ring in AEW. Obviously, Will Ospreay, we know we're going to get like an insane performance from him. Like the way he's just seamlessly transitioned to what he was doing in his big New Japan matches to do what he does in AEW TV and AEW pay per views. Has been like I said, seamless. It's been phenomenal, you know. But yeah, I think I'm just really interested by this, you know. I do hope for like both of their sake, more so Ricochet's that they do deliver because, like I said, the expectations are really high on this.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see how it goes, man. We'll see how it goes.
I hope it opens the episode. I mean, it's a title match, so it might main event, but I would absolutely open with this when they do
Ricochet,
on the TV.
I'd have Ricochet in new gear. I don't like the baggy pants.
Yes, I don't like.
Stop it.
Let's throw it back, Ricochet.
Also,
Let's get back to the tights.
Real quick, because this is on the anniversary show, so it's not going to be on Wrestle Dream. Obviously, with Wrestle Dream being the type of pay-per-view it is, last year they had like a marquee match with a New Japan talent. It was the Zack Sabre Jr. match. They could do that with Ospreay this year to defend the international belt. So, who would you choose to be in that match? Because if they're not going to run the Ricochet match there, let's do something cool.
I have a unique one. For the first time in America. How about Tsuji? Why not?
Bro, see, Tsuji's someone that came to mind for me, but also I think that they're going to run that back when Ospreay's got the world title at like a Forbidden Door. So Hiromu was someone that came to mind because of he's dabbling in the never scene at the moment. The never scene, that's a weird way to say it. But like the Never Open title, like he's dabbling in the non-weight class stuff at the moment.
What do you think people would be mad if they did Mystico and there was a non-finish?
Probably.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Because
that's the thing.
we ain't beating Mystico, brother.
On a pay-per-view, absolutely, that's not what I would do on a pay-per-view.
It depends what type of non-finish they did. Because they can't do a time limit draw because it'll be 60 minutes. Also, no, they need to run this in the UK. If they run that in America, I will be pissed. Regardless. Shut up.
Marcus wants it at Daily's place.
No, brother, that is running. Forbidden Door 2024-5. I don't know what year I'm in anymore. Next year in London. I would do the Mystico match if they could figure out a cool non-finish.
Showtime Spurs says he would just belt up Mystico. Fuck it. Yeah, but then how you gotta get the belt off in there?
Yeah, get it off eventually though. This is what we're talking about.
He just gets bored after 3 weeks and vacates it.
So he's like MLW champ as well at the moment. He's just like
he's just
something he does on the side.
Hiromu Takahashi would be my pick. If Despy wasn't injured, that would also be my pick. But of course, it would be because Despy.
You would throw Despy in anything if you could.
I would. I think that he should face Hangman in a Texas Death match at Forbidden Door next year. You know, I'm not asking for much.
I just need
we don't address so much on these podcasts.
I hope Despy though.
All right, so the last thing we'll talk about will be Private Party got jumped. Well, they didn't get jumped actually. They tried to jump Max and Cole.
Well, they
so they were making
before
their
that
entrance to the ring.
Too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. I actually missed that off. I haven't got wrote down.
Very good promo by Cassidy, by the way.
Yeah, man, it was a good promo, and they ain't taking They ain't just gonna stand back and just let them get beached up, let themselves get beached up the way they have. So,
which as a real human being, that's exactly what you should do. Which is like, as much as I was actually pissed they weren't in that gauntlet, I am happy it actually led to something. And they followed up with what happened this week with a promo and then an angle where yes, they got their ass kicked again, but it served a purpose, and it didn't just let them die out there and never mention it again. You know.
Yeah, kind of. It's like they had to follow up on it. That was like the bare minimum for me. Otherwise, it would have been like just straight up like disgusting. You know,
like what the fuck were you doing?
Yeah, exactly. So they had to follow up on it somehow, and obviously this has promise to it because this is like the hottest angle in the company, and they are kind of involved. My issue with it is, and even like the angle yesterday, overall, I'd give it a thumbs up. It was a good angle, but it's just like. It's the degree to which Private Party get bitched in these segments, bro. Like they literally got like 0.2 seconds of offense in, and they were in disguise and jumped them from the crowd and immediately just got bitched. And Marina Shafir's throwing them around, peppering them with body shots, you know, judo throw. Like, do you know what I mean? And they're getting fully bitched, bro. Like they're not. It's not like they Like if I was gonna do that angle, I would have give Private Party a bit more when they jumped him out of the crowd, you know, and let them actually try and mount like a cool little babyface comeback, and then there would have been like a crazy cut off from Claudio or something, you know.
Yeah, because like they got the drop, and then Mox didn't sell shit.
Mox did not, bro. He didn't even like flinch. Like they were like, bro, that was weird, but like whatever, you know.
like Zay jumps him, and then Mox is like. Fuck you.
Yeah, and it's like Marina just throws them about like, bro, they're making everyone sell for Marina like it's fucking prime China, which is like
that's
elements of it is absolutely like awesome, like it's cool, you know.
It's kind of beast, but also like
you've got to like balance it out to the point where it's like, okay, you know, like Isaiah Cassidy doesn't need to be getting fully like manhandled by Marina Shafir, you know, like
it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so hopefully this does lead to Private Party potentially winning I want them to win. I want them to be like tag champs, you know, like even if they do win the trios titles, it's like okay, that's cool, and they've got something out of it for all the stuff that they've been bitched in these angles, you know, and it hasn't been all
tag
for
champs,
nothing.
that's
But
the end game.
yeah, so I'm saying end game, long term, I want to see them as like a premier tag team in the tag team division, you know. So I hope this is just like, you know, a step on the way to that. But it was a good angle though. Mark's fucking once they've fully got it under control and like, they're all tied up and shit, it's like Marks gets on the promo, gets on the mic, and he says like, "Yo, where have you guys came in the past 5 years? You're in the same space. You're in the same place that you was 5 years ago. You're pathetic. You're this. You're that. So take this as a little gift of motivation from me." And they get Cassidy's hand like laid out on the stage, and Mox pulls out like a fucking claw hammer, and fucking whacks it onto the stage, bro. And yeah, Cassidy's got no hand as far as we're aware, and I know it seems like earlier in the show, as Marcus pointed out, you know, they do want to, you know, they want to face off with these guys, but I do have some concerns that they might not make it to next week, but I do kind of hope they do. I don't know, but it was a good angle. They like Mox's energy, the way that this team group, whatever you want to call him, carries himself is really great. Marina came off looking fucking like an animal in this, which if you're a fan of hers, that was great, you know. Even if it was at the slight detriment to others, you know.
Yeah.
Claudio,
a little rich. Claudio was a beast.
Yeah. Claudio's a
Bro,
beast.
that fucking uppercut, like
the uppercut to Commander when he went to do the dive was awesome. When he brought, I think it was it Quen? I think he brought Quen into the ring and he did like the big back breakers in the middle of the ring. He's just a machine, you know. So, and obviously we already spoke about Pac a bit earlier, but yeah, this is the hottest thing in AEW right now. So it's good shit. What did you guys make of the angle? Anything you want to add?
Good, Charlie.
I loved it. I thought it was a great angle. I do get people's points of it was kind of crazy how they did Private Party, but like if there is a good payoff for it, I think it's worth it in the moment. Like I said earlier, I was surprised Commander didn't get like fully taken out because I was kind of anticipating them needing a different third for next week, but maybe I'm just getting ahead of myself. Yeah, I do hope they run the match next week, though it would have to be on the Collision because Mox already has a match. No, Mox isn't in the trio. Shut up. That's not how that works.
You good?
I do. Yeah, I got real confused there because I was reading chat as well. Yeah, no, I really like this angle. I hope it means something like big for Private Party because like they've been there, they've done the work like in recent months as well. Like they're always willing to do whatever TK throws them. So yeah, I want them to get a big opportunity and to eventually get to the tag.
I do have hope that there does lead to something because they did. Because Mox just straight up acknowledging that you're underachieving rookies on the lead up to the anniversary of AEW Dynamite. Like them acknowledging that, I do have it's like a slight breadcrumb, and like I do think it could be like the start of something, hopefully. But I do have the concerns of the Marina Shafir stuff. Like it's beast that she's just being the dog shit out of people. Like it's really cool. But them selling the way they did for her was just a little bit rich for me personally. But so I'm not like tone it down, but more like let's bounce it out a little bit, please. So it doesn't look so crazy on people. It doesn't kill people's heat, you know. But other than that, I'm pleased.
Yeah, it's
I agree.
That's it. It's a little extreme, yeah. But yeah, Dynamite, man, it was a pretty good show. It had its peaks and valleys, you know. The first, like we've already mentioned a couple times, the first like 30-40 minutes of the show was not good. Mainly because obviously when you start off your show with like 25 minutes of Jericho, it's like some people are still into it. You know what I mean? Some people are still into it or whatever the fuck, you know. But us three, I'm sure as this audience already knows that we are not. Like into anything Jericho's done for a hot minute. So
Nah.
when he's opening shows in singles matches, which is usually a spot that's reserved for something that most of the AEW audience is excited to see, like actively excited to see. It's like this was, like I said,
This
you turn on
reminds me of that
Dynamite, you
time
fired
where-
up, and you're just like, fuck. Like,
This reminds me of the time when Matt Hardy and Orange Cassidy opened the Dynamite once. I was like,
Dear
why?
God.
yeah, but then the show gradually picked up, and there was that hot angle with the new BCC. I didn't even mention like Darby coming down and kind of making like a little bit of a save. And
Yeah.
he cut a promo very fired up on Moxley. Told Moxley he's gonna run through him. And yeah, man. It was like I said, it was a good angle, man. But yeah, then obviously we got to the main event where it really probably was the highlight of the show, to be honest. So it got there in the end. Dynamite did. I think is a way of putting
it's like if anything has to be good on the show, the main event has to be good, and it was. So
yeah,
success there.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. We ended on Law. I was happy.
Everyone's asking what the background noise was. Charlie, was it you?
It wasn't me, no.
Was it Marcos?
Oh, that's my dad.
Commotion behind the camera.
Yeah. Backstage
production issues. We got a couple super chats, quick ones, and when we can basically get out of here. Bam, $2. Hashtag we want private party.
We need private party.
Yeah, man, we want private party. We want them to win tag gold as well, brother. We want them to win tag gold, man. Well, I do. Definitely.
Yes, cosign.
Showtime Spurs $5. I hope this leads to a private party. Hope this leads to private party getting a serious run that potentially leads to the tag title win at Full Gear.
If that
wouldn't be
opposed
opposed to it, brother. Would not be opposed to it.
If at least like a look in the mirror moment, and then they just start racking on wins and getting wins back they lost earlier this year, then yeah, I'm cool with at least a redemption story for them. Because I love them so much. They've done so much over the last years. They put in the work. They've had bad luck with injuries, and then they're finally back, and they need to really get going with them. Like, reward these guys, please.
I need them to cut off Commander and Alex Abrahantes as well.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Get that out.
Nothing against Commander. I think he's got potential to be really good, but like, bro.
They don't need that.
It's time to grow up, you know?
Come on. Let's be real.
Yeah,
I'll need all
that. Quinn, Cassie, I love you guys. You don't need them dudes around y'all. Like, just keep Cheesecake in the mix, and that's all you need.
God bless. Yeah, we already spoke about Kevin Owens. That little bit of news that came out earlier about his contract still not re-signed with WWE. AEW would be interested in him. Because I've got Jamie doing admin for WrestlePure, so I don't even know what's actually going on because I haven't been super locked in today. So I'm just having a quick check on the WrestlePure page, see if there's anything. The Lucha Bros have signed a multi-year deal with WWE and heading to the main roster. It says PWN. Good for them. AEW fans will rightfully miss them, I'd assume.
Indeed. I will miss them quite dearly.
One of the greatest AEW tag teams of all time, for shooting,
Mm-hmm.
Easily. SmackDown's getting an extra hour apparently in 2025.
That's crazy.
Sorry to hear that.
That's interesting.
6 hours.
We got anything else AEW related? That wasn't even AEW related. What I just said. I think we got everything. Did you guys see the Willow Nightingale UK vlog?
I did. It made me really, really happy.
Cool.
That was super cool.
Who's the face of this company? I don't know. What say y'all?
Bro, cheers. Like, I love Willow. Get her back on TV.
The Netflix series Queen of Villains, the one on Dump Matsumoto, is out now.
I will be locked in.
The Vince documentary comes out like a week today, I think.
I will not be locked in.
On Wednesday. A week on Wednesday it was. So next Wednesday that comes out.
Yeah.
6-part docuseries. right before Dynamite. That's interesting.
I will not be seated.
Oh yeah, this
No.
is actually AEW related. There's been talk in AEW of building a faction around Deonna Purrazzo. Any thoughts?
Who?
What? To do what?
That's from PW Insider, bro. So that's pretty. You know, they don't put shit out lightly. You know,
They like
Italian?
Deonna Purrazzo. I'll put it that way.
Deonna
That's all I'll say
Purrazzo
about it.
with.
You'll be a fucking tired Valkyrie knowing this.
Like,
probably.
are we talking like an all-women faction? Like, are we doing a mixed
This
faction?
I mean, no
Like, I
idea. It
need
just says there's
details.
been talk of building a faction around Deonna Purrazzo. So I
Bootleg
don't know,
FBI?
man. I hope they need someone. I'm not even saying this to be a dick because I actually like Deonna Purrazzo. I actually think she's quite good, but they need someone who's actually like people are going to like react to and stuff, and like
Yeah.
use that, you know, to kind of like spotlight Deonna as like an in-ring worker and stuff, and someone who can be able to have good matches and just be like a good professional, you know, in that sense. But they need something to kind of get it going because Deonna Purrazzo isn't someone that the AEW audience is just talk to and like really want to like get behind sort of thing. So, or really want to boo or whatever it is, you know.
Deonna's interesting to me because what even is her ceiling in AEW with the talent that's in the pecking order right now? Because I think she's a good wrestler. I don't find her all that entertaining though at the same time in terms of her wrestling. I don't find her matches all that memorable, but they're good. She's better heel. She's far better as a heel right now because the babyface stuff was not working at all. Where's
She
her
would be
ceiling?
like, it sounds horrible, but like a transitional champ, like for the TBS belt. Like, I think that probably is her ceiling.
Probably.
Which is like not that bad of a ceiling considering the caliber of talent, to be honest.
Yeah, the caliber talent has held that belt. It's not a bad thing, but
yeah, I think Deonna's on those. It'll be like I think it'll be actually quite tough to get her like really going, picking up like noticeable momentum where she's getting more over or more booed or whatever direction they want to go in. Well, I think once she gets going, she'll be able to maintain it well because she is a good wrestler. So it's like it's a tough one, and I'm not sure how much focus and effort AEW would put in to what essentially would be like a mid-card women's faction, you know. So
yeah,
we'll see. Charlie, can you read this? You don't have to do the voice, but it's part of my religion to not read Ricky Stark's super chats.
Yeah, Ricky Starks, $4.99. Marcus, can't wait to see you at Grand Slam next week. Smiley face.
I haven't seen you on TV in several weeks. So what about that? I will not be in Grand Slam. I'll be at home.
Accusations.
These are crazy accusations. Talking about see you Grand Slam next week. How about we see you on TV in the next several weeks? How about that, Richard?
Shout out Ricky Starks, man. He's doing his thing, you know.
He sure is.
Sipping on pina coladas by a pool somewhere.
Amongst other things.
All right, so we're wrapping up now. AEW Dynamite, man. It wasn't the most eventful episode, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't great either. It was just a pretty standard episode of Dynamite, but like I mentioned pretty much at the top of the show, I think it is getting to a point now where it's like it's quite noticeable the amount of talent that are like absent from these shows, you know, and especially when you list it off the way that we did earlier, it's like Jesus fucking Christ, you know. It's
like this many people out. These many significant people are out.
Exactly. So, you know, and that list, the list that I named earlier, didn't even have like Ricky Starks, Hobbs on it. You know, there's even more. So, yeah, hopefully AEW find a nice balance. You know, obviously, I do think Swerve, MJF, Mercedes, people like Brian not being on the shows, I think it is noticeable. So, yeah, man, we'll see. We'll see how they continue to adapt over the next few weeks. How long these people that I just mentioned are going to stay off TV, and we'll see, man. I'm hoping Dynamite can be good. You know, how was this Dynamite review quite a bit when Dynamite's good? You know.
Yeah.
To be fair, when it's bad, it also helps the show because people want to hear us moan. So
Well, for what it's worth, Grand Slam on paper should be very good. So.
Oh yeah, Grand Slam.
Exactly. So we got that one next week, and we'll be back hopefully. Now, when are we going to be back? I always say hopefully we'll be back over the weekend, but I'm busy this week, so I'm not even going to sell that lie of a dream anymore. The next podcast will be Thursday today, so Monday. Yeah, Rescuers Worldwide. Anything else would be a bonus. Check out Late Night Green. I'm sure they're doing loads of stuff on over the weekend. Subscribe to Late Night Green Gold. We love them guys over there. That's like I'd say it's our sister channel, but they were actually like before us. So like,
yeah,
they're the big homie.
Okay, Bammy's being spiteful. $2. Many are saying home for Marcus is where Ricky is.
I don't know who's saying this, but that is not true. That is definitely not true.
Crazy accusations from you today.
These are accusations that are saved for Ebu, not me.
I know, it's nasty,
why is Marcus catching strays, bro?
Nasty.
This ain't me.
You're gonna have to have some conversation. You're gonna have to DM Bam. Be like, hey, bro.
Relax.
What's going on? They were the ones that called Ebu in the hotel, not me.
Hey.
I'm just saying.
Ebu be at them parties, you know.
You gotta tell Ebu no. You got the bait word, not you.
We got something nice to end on. Don't know why not. You know, we will not stand for Marcus slander.
Thank you. Because they tried to put stuff on my name yesterday when I was on Novi pod. They said
that was crazy.
They said I was doing some weird things. I don't do that stuff. They ain't how I operate. Absolutely not.
And now that you know that, people, we're gonna bid you farewell. Hope you guys have a nice evening. Hope you guys have had a nice evening. If you're in the UK like me and Charlie, and it's now 2 a.m. for you. And we'll be back Monday for Worldwide. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment if you're watching on delay. And okay, I'm just putting that on screen. I'm not even reading it. But thanks, Ricky Starks, for the fortnight. And yeah, like, subscribe. Thanks for the super chats. Leave a comment if you're watching it on replay, etc., etc., etc. You know what to do. Help us out. Peace.